Yeah, this is for my day ones. Miss y'all. Love y'all. Forever and always. Forever, forever.
This is for my day ones, gotta be clear, cause now we're here, but I'ma never forget, and I'ma never regret everything we went through, call it destiny or fate, whichever we was meant to, all facts, and I ain't got no time to relax, my big sis would say, handle your business, little big bro, we ain't little no more, in order to remain, you gotta deal with the pain, but that's a tough pill to swallow, better hit me with a detox, if you can do that shit yourself, you'll be better than me, stop chasing the pain will leave you in a deep box, better living gon' come, gotta make it out a deep spot, bound to rebound, steady asking what you about, all about the knowledge like a treetop, gotta do better than they did for us, make sure that the seeds got. This is for my day ones, gotta be clear, still moving on baby, but I wish you was here, still moving on baby, but I gotta get there, still moving on baby, I'ma never forget, still moving on baby, I'ma never regret, still moving on, this is for my day ones. This is for my day ones. Come on. Even now, I'm still trying to make some sense of it. Wonder if I'm meant for it. Bravery but delicate. Evident the bruises you obtain when you sensitive. So many fears, so maybe I should mention it. Tired of losing people I love to this drug shit. Used to be a war on drugs, turned into a war on us. The jig is up. I see what's in the plot. They glorify the hustler spot, tear the fiends down. But look at where the hustlers and fiends now. Scales and syringes mean nothing when they in the ground. And no one seems to care, it's like everyone accepts, like it's set in stone.
We out here, let's go.
Affected by the fentanyl, then you're gonna know. Suboxone ain't the cure, that is just another drug. Only difference is who'll set the laws, gavel with the judge. They don't give a fuck, they just wanna get rid of us. Yes, this is for my day ones, gotta be clear. Still moving on, baby, but I wish you was here. Still moving on, baby, but I gotta get there. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never forget. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never regret. Still moving on, this is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.
Yeah, miss y'all. Forever. Till we meet again. Love.
We about to get started shortly, people. We just warming up. Gonna play another tune or two and then we get started.
Yeah. You see, you asked for it, so here's my answer. Hope you appreciate it. I got faith you will.
God asked me who I am, so I'm here to answer. I love to make music without the stanza. When I'm alone I like to groove, but I'm not a dancer. At times I'm really scared, but I'ma still throw my hands up. I love my family regardless of the fuss and fights. I love them all, thanking God she helped me see the light. Proud to be a father, really love my daughter. Miss my baby mama, who would I be without her? I could cry right now when I think of Lila. That was my older sister, indeed I really miss her. Last time that we spoke was on the day of Christmas. Twin for real, 2 years apart, same month, same day, suffer from the same shit, same pain. Had to put her in the ground on our birthday. Now I get why Biggie said it was the worst days. And I don't wanna keep on talking about my family. Every day I'm fighting hard, comfort and insanity. No such thing as randomly, cards that they done handed me. Searching for the Q&A but asking for it candidly. Who am I? A question that I struggle with. Sometimes I don't really know, at times I think I know, but then I really don't. Oh my, what a tangled web we weave. Feeling severed when I think, clear my mind, but that's a tall order. Who am I? I think I answered it, well sort of. You don't even know yourself, but you care about others. Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? You don't even know yourself, but you care about others. Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Trying to figure it out, it's like you steady walking through the Sahara Desert and trying to find an alternate route. Need a way out, but fall from a sinner, fall from your typical quitter, fall from being bitter. Sure, there's a bunch of little things that I don't like, but if I sat around and complained every day, where would I be, right? Honestly, I'd rather be happy. Honestly, I'd rather focus on the things that make me smile, even if it's for a while. I just wanna be everything I ever dreamed. It's what makes me, it's what keeps me going, it's what keeps me moving. Even when I wanna quit and say this is it, it. I think, what type of example am I leading for my kids? See, faith without works is a dead road. If we take it too personal, we get wrong. But I'ma never let up, yes, I know we that strong. You don't even know yourself, but you care about others. Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? You don't even know yourself, but you care about others. Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are? Why don't you find out yourself who you are?
Last joint before we get started, people. One more. Anyone going through any struggles out there? This one's for you. You can't lay down and die. You gotta keep getting up.
Some days I gotta put on a brave face. Be tired of carrying on, but gotta keep carrying on. Keep saying to myself, you're good, just stand strong. Ain't no giving up, that's where you headed wrong. But lately the pressure really been getting to me. Searching and seeking out for a remedy. My thoughts be racing, they get ahead of me. Imposter syndrome, be thinking damn well, better them instead of me. What's wrong with me, I keep on asking. Putting a tough front, I'm asking. Why do I disappoint when I mean well? Why just to get to the point I see hell? Maybe I can answer this another time. I know that I'll be good is all in my mind, but I can't shake this feeling that I have a doubt. Hoping that I win the fight, maybe it's the final bout. Everything will be okay, be okay. Slowly it'll go your way, go your way. Everything will be alright, it'll be alright. You gotta stand up and fight, stand up and fight. Everything will be okay,
you gotta stand up and fight.
It'll go your way. Everything will be alright, it'll be alright. You gotta stand up and fight. New day, I try to find a better mood. Looking in the mirror, trying to see if it's a better dude. Better him, better me, better you, better view. Self-improvement, nothing to it but to do it better do. Creating a mantra for the next up. Screaming what's up, East Coast, but I'm west up, rest up. Homie, it's a journey, keep riding out. You can see it by now, envision everything. Vision so clear with no deception. If he can see it too, then bless him. Less stress, more love, less heck, more trust. Less fuss, more us, moving like a tour bus. The taste of the coffee is how you know it. We done been through some shit, yeah, we stoic. You'll never see better days if you quit. You only see forever, and this is Tim. Everything will be okay, be okay. Slowly it'll go your way, go your way. Everything will be alright, it'll be alright. You gotta stand up and fight, stand up and fight. Everything will be okay, it'll be okay. Slowly it'll go your way, it'll go your way. Everything will be alright, it'll be alright. You gotta stand up and fight.
Alrighty, let's do this thing. What's good? It's been a little bit of a minute. Shout out to all my people on YouTube. Shout outs to all my people on Twitch. Wherever you watching, whether you're watching it live, you're watching it from the pre-recording, I guess you would say, if you're watching it after the live is done. I hope you're having a blessed day, and I hope everything is going to the best of its capabilities for you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been one heck of a time, and I swear, the longer I go without doing either live streams or posting content, the weirder this be feeling. I ain't gonna lie. And hold on, I gotta lower this because I got feedback in my ear, and if I'm not doing music, the feedback in my ear just be driving me nuts. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about a lot of different things in this stream. We're gonna be talking One Piece live action. I'm not gonna cap. I watched the first episode and bits and pieces of like episodes 2 through 4 because my kids were watching it. But I definitely watched the first episode almost twice now because I restarted after the first time I seen it. So I'm gonna give you guys my impression on the first episode. Bleach anime. Yesterday I was like, yo, I love anime. Oh, I love anime. I should go watch some. So I was in bed catching up on the Bleach anime. I think I had from like just before the Rukia versus Asna battle all the way up until the latest episode. So I'm caught up on Bleach. We're going to talk about that. Of course, by the end of this thing, we're going to be reading the latest chapters of, because I didn't even stream last week, which we'll talk about a lot of different things. I got updates, stuff that I've been up to, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, last week's One Piece we'll read at some given point. We'll read last week's My Hero, the latest Chainsaw Man, and the last 2 Jujutsu Kaisen chapters. So we got a lot on the plate. I'm not caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and the longer I'm going through this list, I'm like, God damn, yo, I be up on a lot of stuff. Shout out to my bro Max Powers in the building. King Bud, what's good? Appreciate the donation. We out here. Yeah, and shout outs to because I'm not going to forget, because I'm on a couple different spots. Everybody in the Twitch chat, from Anime Lover to Jay Garcia, Crimson, D-Gen, Philly Cat in the building. Everybody, just super, super appreciate everybody that's coming through. But yeah, so probably a few people, especially on the, ForneverWorld, the YouTube channel side of things, Fornev, whatever you want to call it at this point, probably like, yo, what's been going on? You've been gone for a little bit. And just in general, I'd imagine a few people, minus the Fornever News stuff, that I still try my best, even when I have situations going on, I try my best to deliver Fornever News. So if you ever feel like, man, I need some Fornev, I'm not getting none, the best shot you have at finding some new content from me is every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, over on the Fornever News channel. I occasionally have to take breaks, but for the most part, that's usually where you'll always get some fresh content, where I'm talking about the latest in the world of anime and manga news, the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, all of that stuff. So never forget, Fornever News channel, every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST. There's fresh content over there at least once a week. Because yeah, I've been traveling. I've been working on a lot of different things. And I've also been putting other people's needs before mine, because y'all already know, in case you don't, that I've been promoting the heck out of, since June, my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, which is out now on all streaming platforms. If you want to find it, just look up, because, damn yeah, there's a lot of updates. T.I.M, because I dropped the Roosevelt from my artist name. And I know it's probably like, it's not the craziest change, because I know I went from ForneverWorld to Tim Roosevelt. Well, I'm dropping the Roosevelt, and it's just going to be T.I.M moving forward. But yeah, you can still listen to that. Go to the Nimrod Media account. The album's on there. It's on streaming platforms and whatnot. But yeah, I've just been going through a lot of growing pains, a lot of growth in general. And I'm really grateful for it, for better or worse, because I ain't gonna lie, it's been tough. It's been a struggle. I've been definitely going hardcore to find myself, to be honest with you, like, to give you guys a little bit of insight. I've had a couple of weeks where I ain't gonna lie, I almost felt like, man, I'm done with anime and manga. I don't care no more. And I caught myself slipping there, where I was like, wow, I'm lying to myself. And I've been down that road before, which is also what allowed me, which I have a cool support system of people that when they catch me slipping, they let me know, dog, you slipping? What are you doing? You know you love this. But because I've been down that road before, 5 years ago, I went through a very similar situation where I was like, dog, I don't want, like, anime and manga is the furthest thing of what I want in my life right now. And it's a weird, strange feeling, because y'all know I've been talking about this for a very long time. I've been a fanatic of anime and manga for a very long time. So for me to get to that space, it's again between life situations, between growth, but also understanding that just because you're growing doesn't mean you have to cut out stuff from your life, because that doesn't automatically equal growth. Just because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that no more, that doesn't mean that you're growing. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's the change that your life needed. So you also have to, when you're on a journey of growth and self-discovery, check yourself and make sure that that is truly growth, that is truly what you're trying to do and truly who you're trying to become, or is it just that because of what you're going through, because of the situations that you're facing, you're allowing them to kind of alter certain aspects of you, and you're, again, lying to yourself. Because I caught myself multiple different times like, yo, I remember one of the breaking points where I realized, okay, this isn't me, and I'm just really stressed out. And I was even told, yo, what it is that you're burnt out on a lot of different things in life. Was, I remember I said, I'd rather die than talk about anime and manga. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm tripping. I'm super, super, ultra, mega, absolutely tripping balls, because that's not me. Regardless of what, again, I could be burnt out. I could be, having situations. I could even be that, like, I just don't want to watch anime and read manga right now. But for me to say that, that's when it's like, okay, shocking revelation, dog. You're stressed out and you're burnt out on a lot of different things in life. You need some time. That's all you need, dog. You don't need to make grand claims like, dog, take me away. But again, those are the things that you have to check yourself when you're going through growth, when you're going through a journey like I've been going through. Like, this year has been the biggest change in my entire, adulthood, I would even argue. Like, I've just been trying to become the best version of myself so hardcore that sometimes, again, I'm human. I mess up, even with myself. And I hope that, anybody listening to this as you're going through your journey of life, that you could see this and use it as a blueprint for yourself. Maybe you fell out and you feel like, man, I just hate this thing, and you've loved it for a long time. Maybe you don't necessarily hate it. Maybe you don't necessarily have that vitriol towards it. Maybe you're just going through something right now, and that's okay. But you don't need to have that malice you feel, because it's not real. You're lying to yourself. And I had to check myself with that. Dude, I got anime tattoos. I got a Tokyo Ghoul tattoo on my shoulder. I got a Morgiana from Magi tattoo on my arm, also for my daughter. Like, I love anime and manga. I got a shelf. I got probably one of the craziest anime and manga collections in the freaking world. Like, I love this stuff, And yesterday, laying down and watching some Bleach for a few hours felt so good. It felt so good. I was like, yo, yeah, I do love this stuff. Wow. And I'm grateful, again, between that I have some of the greatest people in the world to kind of just knock it off. Knock it off. That's not you. You love this. Knock it off. And just within myself, that when you got to take some of the stuff that you've been through in life and really utilize those lessons. Like, a lot of people, even with anime manga fans, we be watching some of this stuff and we let it go over our heads of like, yo, these are also lessons that you could take in for your life, but also the stuff you've been through, you can use as lessons to continue on with and help you on your journey. Because again, like I said, 5 years ago, I went through the same thing. I felt like I hated anime and manga. I felt like I don't ever want to read another chapter of a manga. I don't ever want to watch another episode of an anime. And 5 years later, I'm still watching and reading. So, yeah, it's good to always do a self-evaluation to make sure the decisions you're making, the thoughts that you're having are truly you, or you're just feeling a certain way because of some stuff and you're allowing it to morph the way you're maneuvering and whatnot. So, yeah. Aside from that, aside from me saying, I'd rather die than read anime or read manga, watch anime, I had a really, really cool thing that I was able to do. I want to say it was last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend. I went on a trip over to New York, and I helped one of my homies to accomplish a dream of his. Because again, even though I'm trying to make my stuff go, I'm trying to get my, my music going. I'm trying to do a lot of different things. My company that I formed with my boy Max Powers, Blackfire Entertainment. Shout outs to all of that stuff we're building. It's not always about me. It's not always about what I want. It's not always about my goals and my dreams. It's a lot of fulfillment that you get out of helping other people. And so I went to New York, and I helped out one of my homies that he always wanted to make music. He always wanted to make a record. He always wanted to do something really dope. And I helped him to achieve it. I'll show you guys a picture of me and my homie in the stew. Oh, God. The stew. But let's see. Does it? Oh, it's not showing the picture. Oh no, it's not showing the picture. Wait, what happened to the screen now? Hold on. We've lost coverage. I can't see shit now. I don't know. Can y'all see the picture? Yeah, it's not letting me show the picture. That's wild. I don't know what the heck. Hold on, let me just remove it then. That's weird. That's so weird. I don't know if it came up or not. Let me see. Yeah, no, it didn't pop up. Well, anyway, a homie of mine, and shout outs to him, my boy Hazem. He has some special needs issues where he kind of has to use a wheelchair or whatnot, and it's difficult for him to maneuver. But again, he's my homie, and he's always wanted to make music, so I drove down to New York. I booked a studio session over there. His brother and myself, we got him into the studio. I helped direct him to make a record, and he recorded a really dope song. I helped him put it together and whatnot, write it and all that jazz, but most of the, actually making the song was up to him. And yeah, I helped him to achieve his dream. When he's ready, I'm definitely, if he would like, I would debut it here on the stream so you guys could listen to it. I don't want to do it without his consent, though, when the record's ready, because, yeah, he worked his heart out, and I was able to help him achieve his dream, and I'm really grateful to that. And I wish I could just show you the picture of us, but it is what it is. Shout outs to Hazem. If you're watching, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to help you over the weekend or over last weekend to achieve your dreams. It's really dope. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Did I lose sound? Yeah, there's sound. And shout out Philly Cat for subscribing. Appreciate you over on Twitch. But yeah, sometimes you gotta put people's needs above yours, and sometimes you kind of maybe feel a certain way of like, damn man, because everybody's human, right? Everybody has things that they want to get accomplished, but it's an even greater feeling to, well, shit, I really did help somebody out. I could eventually get to my stuff, but if somebody has an issue and they can't do it, isn't it a better thing that I'm helping them? I don't know. I feel more fulfillment from helping other people. And so yeah, that was one of the reasons too why I didn't stream last week. I didn't get back until like Monday afternoon, and I ain't gonna lie, it kind of had me a little wiped because it's a 9-hour drive over there, 9-hour drive coming back. It had me like, bro. But it's all good again because it's dope to help somebody else that's in need. So yeah, that was my weekend last weekend. That's the reason why I really didn't stream. I know I could have streamed throughout the week, but at that point I was just kind of like, okay, let me just take a week off. And I know some people are probably like, oh snap, so you're streaming back on here. I'm trying my best to do dual streams because it just makes more sense to just do the dual stream opposed to streaming in one place, taking the recording, and then uploading it over here. It feels like it's an extra situation that doesn't need to be had. So hopefully we could just try and do stuff like this. Also, maybe I don't want to say stream more because I don't want to make any promises, but maybe I'll do more singular streams opposed to just like the only, the one stream on Sundays. Maybe like if there's something that I want to talk about, like if it was just on a Wednesday that I just watched Bleach and I wanted to stream and talk about the Bleach anime or whatnot, then I'll probably do more stuff like that. Or if the Boruto chapter comes out on its own, and I just want to do a straight Boruto stream about the chapter and whatnot, I'll do stuff like that. So not making any promises, but that's probably where I'm going to try and do things. I just had more of I've been enjoying more taking the approach of streaming opposed to doing pre-recorded content. Like I could do a ton of pre-recorded content. I've done it for many years, get the awesome editing and all that stuff, but I like the interaction, the live interaction, the engagement that we have by doing a live stream. So that's why I've been doing it. Maybe one day I might do pre-recorded content again. I don't know. But that's why I've been doing more streaming opposed to just doing pre-recorded content. And with that being said, I guess let me ask you guys, and I'm going to check on both chats. Which one do you guys want me to talk about first? We could talk the One Piece live action first or the Bleach anime first. And while you guys are deciding, hey, my bro, Hazem is actually here on the Twitch chat. thank you, my brother. I greatly appreciate having you guys speak about this. You know, I'm grateful that you're just honest and you keep your word. I really respect you for speaking your mind on here and letting people know, hey, you've been through hard times, so I can't help. Yeah. I'm just grateful to be able to do it, dog, and I'm glad that the song came out pretty cool, and we're gonna be doing some other cool stuff. But yeah, so which ones y'all want? Let's see. Over here on Twitch, I'm seeing people saying do Bleach. Over here on YouTube, One Piece for sure. Bleach since it's recent. One Piece, Bleach, One Piece, Bleach, One Piece, One Piece. It looks like One Piece is doing a little more. There's a little bit more about One Piece. And I'm very interested. If you are somebody that maybe you don't really care about One Piece, maybe you're not a big One Piece fan like that, but you did check out the live action, I really want to have those conversations with those people as well. Like, I don't only want to have conversations with the faithfulness of the adaptation, of how faithful it is to the anime and manga, stuff like that, which we will have those conversations, but I definitely would like to get more opinions from people that maybe you've been a big Naruto and Bleach fan for a long time, or you're a My Hero fan and you wanted to check what the hubbub about is, and you watched the One Piece live action. I really would love to have conversations, even if it's only a few people out there that are in that boat. I would love to have those conversations. And my boy Nero Mega Man in the building. One Piece live action made me a fan. Hey, appreciate you coming through, and thanks for the donation. Also, I know I saw one earlier. What's good, fam? Shoutouts to Max Powers too. Thank you again for both donations, and big shoutouts to my bro Max Powers with the Max Powers comic over on Webtoons. You could go read right now. Shoutouts to Saggy Bones for the donation. Thank you so much. King Bud for subscribing for 6 months. Super appreciate you over on YouTube. But yeah, shoutouts to my guy Nero Mega Man. How you feeling, Nero, about Black Clover, the situation with that? Which, before we get to the Bleach or One Piece stuff, just quickly I wanted to mention again, I didn't realize how upset I was going to be about Black Clover not ending, because it's not technically over, but Black Clover getting removed from Shonen Jump, and now it's in Jump Giga, and you're getting like a chapter every 3 months. I didn't realize how upsetting that was to me until after the fact, and I would throw the argument that maybe subconsciously that was also a little bit of the reason why I ended up feeling even more distant towards anime and manga. Not that I'm like, the ultra mega Black Clover fan in the world, but I do really appreciate and love Black Clover. And seeing it leaving, I was like, man, that's one of my faves that I really enjoy, for better or worse. It gets me in a good mood. It's always, overcoming and breaking through your limits and overcoming obstacles and stuff like that. And when I saw that, it was like, oh, snap, it's kind of gone. Again, it's not gone, but it's gone from the weekly rotation. It's gone from even a monthly rotation, That hurt me. I'll be honest with you. That hurt me, because I really enjoyed Black Clover. It would have been different if, Black Clover ended and it's done. Tabata wrote the last chapter. It's over. Then I would have been like, I still would have been sad, but I wouldn't have felt the way I feel now of like, because it's not even really over, but it's over in a way, it feels. And yeah, I think I'm going to really miss Black Clover, because it's only been a few weeks and I'm already feeling like something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel quite right without Black Clover in the rotation. I mean, even this stream tonight, we're going to be reading My Hero, One Piece, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, no Black Clover, and for the foreseeable future, it'll only be once in a blue moon Black Clover until it wraps up. Black Clover hit hard the first week. It's real out here now. Yeah, man. So what any Black Clover fans, and Nero, I would love to hear it too. What are you replacing Black Clover with now that Black Clover's out of, Shonen Jump and there's nothing really on a weekly basis? Are you going to replace it with something else? Are some people just done with reading manga with Black Clover gone? Like, what is the replacements for it? My Hero is almost into the 400s now, but My Hero's ending. Jujutsu Kaisen is for a long time, well, not for a long, for a bit now, Gege's been saying it's on his final stretch. There's Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man doesn't have an expiration date as of right now. There's One Piece, but people always complain about its length. What is the replacement? Let's see. Over here on YouTube, Bob Doyle said, hold on. Bob Doyle said Marshall. Marshall's over. Nero said Kaiju number 8 all day now. Okay, Kaiju number 8. Kaiju is bi-weekly though, right? Lex said Bleach. Well, Bleach is over. You got the anime here and there, but Bleach is over. What's going on, Anime Perk? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you, homie. they need to make more Black Clover anime. Marshall Magic and Marshall is done though, dude. There's no more Marshall. The anime still has another season or so, but Marshall's done. Nothing replaces it, says Drawn Up Comics. Zom 100 was decent. I'm replacing it with Wild Strawberry. I read the first chapter of Wild Strawberry, and that was a wild first chapter. I meant to talk about it. I might do a catch-up and read it at some given point. Lex said Bleach again. There's no Bleach, homie. Like, the Bleach manga's over. Sakamoto. Okay, that's Sakamoto Days is a good pick for a replacement for Bleach. It's weekly. There's a bunch of chapters for it, and it's dope. And Kaiju was a great replacement pick, too. Let me see over on Twitch what the peoples is saying. Dead Rock is a good pick. Crimson Degen said Dead Rock. Dead Rock is definitely a good pick. Just wait till My Hero leaves. Oh my god, it's gonna be a void and a half. Shout out to first time chatter Arcadian. He said Sakamoto Days probably. That's a really good pick, honestly. Sakamoto's probably one of the best ones. And it looks like with a lot of these things ending in Shonen Jump, Sakamoto's gonna be getting a lot of more love from Shonen Jump, and Sakamoto's probably gonna be leaned on more from Shonen Jump moving forward, because what else does Jump have outside of Sakamoto Days? You know what I mean? Lil Sway, hey, we need to make a collab song. I like your music. Yo, yeah. Oh man, we gotta get it done. I know you've been hitting me up for a hot minute. We gotta talk about that. But appreciate you, homie. My Happy Marriage. Geek World Podcast said My Happy Marriage. I don't think I've read that one. The manga that came out today was pretty good. I saw there's a new manga on Jump, but after like Icehead Gill, and honestly Icehead Gill ended up kind of being disappointing for me a bit. I don't know if I'm really trying to dive into new stuff right now, because Icehead Gill ended up starting to get generic, so I dropped it. But Dead Rock is a good one, but it's monthly though. That is true, Philly Cat. It is monthly, but I like me some Dead Rock. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think somebody said that there's a new chapter out, chapter 3 of Dead Rock, so I might have to give that a read. I don't know if I'll do it this stream, but since it's monthly, we could easily get to it next week. You're going to put timestamps on the video, Fornev? I definitely will. And so what was the decision in the end? I should have put a poll. Matter of fact, let me just put a poll. I'm going to put a poll on the YouTube side of things. I don't know how to put a poll on Twitch, but which one should we start first? One Piece live action, Bleach. Yeah, my fault, Twitch. I don't know how to make a poll over here on Twitch, but we'll use YouTube and we'll quickly get it going. Goddamn, immediately is One Piece. Yo, One Piece fans never let up. Boruto gonna go crazy from this time skip. Oh my god, I can't wait for the Boruto next chapter. What we on, the 10th? I heard that leaks probably won't even be happening until like the 18th, which is good. I'm ready for us to get to a point in time, and I know maybe some people don't agree with this because I love some leaks. Shout out to y'all. But I'm ready to get to the point where leaks don't exist anymore, where like leaks aren't a thing, because they mess up the official release. Like, imagine not having any sort of spoilers and just being able to go into things fresh. Like, that would be fire. That would be mad fire. And the poll is looking like One Piece is winning. So we could just do One Piece first, and then we'll talk about the Bleach. I almost said the Bleach live action. Shout out to the Bleach live action. That was actually not that bad. So One Piece live action. I watched the first episode, and I gotta be frank. For the most part, it was what most people are saying. It was surprisingly pretty good. I'm gonna keep it real. I know from all the little I don't like to call it drama, but from the situations that I had that I spoke about with one of the people that is a part of the One Piece live action, a lot of y'all said not to, let it deter you from your experience. So I didn't, and I'm not going to, and I'd rather be unbiased about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could easily come in here and say, it's trash, blah, 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 blah. But it was actually, from the first episode that I watched at the very least, surprisingly pretty good. There was some stuff that I have issues with, and I'm going to address those issues, but there was a lot of things like, okay, one of the big things going into it, or one of the various things going into it that I was very skeptical, and I said, oh, it's not going to be was the actress that was playing Nami. I felt from the promo images and even the trailers, I wasn't sold on her at all. I felt like she was one of the worst casting coming into things. After watching that first episode, and again, bits and pieces from episodes 2 through 4, I could definitely say that I was misled by the trailers and by the imagery, because, or maybe not even misled, maybe it's just because I actually got to experience what I believe her name is Emily Rudd, the actress, what her performance was like, and she is fantastic. So I definitely gotta say, I tip my hat off to that actress, that she's a pretty great Nami. Her vibe, she really gives me Nami. I don't know, those promo images didn't do her justice at all. Likewise with the trailers, not really giving her that good spotlight to demonstrate, like, dog, she's great at Nami. Like, I find myself while I'm watching the episode, at the very least with the first episode, I found myself being like, oh snap, yo, she gives me the vibe of Nami. You know what I mean? And it doesn't hurt that she's pretty as hell, so there's that too. She's freaking pretty. But aside from the prettiness, the thing that stands out to me was her performance. She really sold Nami to me, and I was grateful for that, because again, I was kind of like, I don't know, man, she's not giving me Nami off these promos and these pictures. I'm keeping it real. But Emily Rudd ended up doing a great job. She, like, you know, when she's dressing up like the Marines and taking Luffy in, and what was it, Captain Morgan, when she had to deal with Captain Morgan. Even the chemistry with Godoy, I believe that's the actor's name, the dude that plays Luffy, like, the chemistry is good. I don't know. I feel like they did a great job with her. So I wanted to start off with that, because that was one of my criticisms of, man, they bodied Nami. She's horrible. And I was totally wrong. She was great. Because again, I think I want to start off with a lot of the positives of what I really enjoyed, and then I'll dish out the negativity or criticisms I have. Dude that plays Luffy, since we're on the subject of that, he's great. He's great. He gives me that goofiness of Luffy, but also the unpredictability of, like, he's going to slap Kobe in the face for talking about, like, his dreams in a dumb way. But he still has that, like, he embodies everything that Luffy demonstrates for the most part. So I got to tip my hat off to him as well. I think it's going to be a little bit interesting how they're going to string things together in terms of, because, like, if you see Garp, which I believe that, the beginning of the series starts off with Garp or whatnot. Garp looks very different from Luffy. Now, granted, it could be that because, you know, Dragon also is probably going to look more like Luffy. Could be that Garp's wife was maybe like either darker skinned or something along the lines of that. But that's going to be interesting how they're going to tie that together, because, that was something I was kind of like, okay. But yeah, Luffy's actor, great job. He really gives me that goofy innocence, but again, he'll throw down when necessary. When him and Nami and Zoro are fighting against Captain Morgan at the Marine base or whatnot, he was doing a great job. Like, the action, the choreography or whatnot isn't the greatest in certain scenes. Like, that scene, the action itself wasn't like, oh my god, but it was decent. It wasn't bad. It was decent. But again, just, he really gives me that vibe of Luffy. And that's something that I'd imagine was a very scary thing and a very difficult task to capture. Like, how do you capture this guy that doesn't really feel like, in a real world setting, Luffy is a very, very hard thing to capture. Like, he doesn't, you never hear his thoughts. You never get an inner monologue from Luffy. He's very silly and innocent and fun, but he beats your word if he needs to. It's hard to embody all of that with just looking at the character. Like, when Godoy has that smile or whatnot, he just gives you that goofiness of Luffy. So I got to give it to him. I like the back and forth that they did with the flashback of when Luffy was little with Shanks and whatnot. I will say that Shanks' actor, he does a good job at kind of performing as Shanks, but the look itself does not give me Shanks. I gotta throw the credit. I know I said I'll save the credit, but I gotta say that he don't look like Shanks to me. Likewise with probably one of the worst casting I saw in the flashback at the very least of Mihawk. The Mihawk casting was not a fan of that, but Shanks in the flashbacks and whatnot, I'm like, his acting is, which again, shout outs to the actors, because that's their jobs, right? So if anything, I'm praising more the actors. That the Shanks, I don't know if it's the aesthetic or whatnot. I guess you got to say the aesthetic of Shanks doesn't really work, but the actor's performance is what kind of gives me that, like, you know, that either big bro or fatherly vibe that he has with Luffy when he's putting the stitches on his face, when he's saying, Luffy, what have you done, after Luffy eats Gum Gum or whatnot. I feel like the actor's performance is what, again, saves it from being like, oh, get this Shanks knockoff out of my face, because he works it. So shout outs to the actor that plays Shanks, because those flashback scenes are dope. And I'm always a fan of, I know maybe some people don't really care for flashbacks. I like flashbacks. I'm always a big fan of, like, if you could make some interesting flashbacks. So getting Luffy's, you know, as a child and all of that stuff, dope stuff. Not mad at the way they sequenced that as well, to kind of, it's almost, because remember, they're only doing, like, at the very least this season is only 8 episodes, and it'll take them 17 seasons to get to where we're at right now in the manga. And I think, because I did like estimation, I want to say it's literally like going to take them like 17 seasons or 160 something, a lot of seasons to get to where we're at in the manga right now, if that day ever came. Which that also means that these characters are going to be old as hell, trying to act like 19 and 17-year-olds. So that's going to be interesting to see how they're going to maneuver that. But being able to, because, you know, you want to squeeze the backstory of these characters as you're introducing them all together or whatnot. How do you do that? Well, you do the sequence of what they did. So props to them for being able to, you know, come up with a way to not rush through the backstories and still deliver them and kind of do it in a timely manner. So you're getting Luffy in the present day, and then you're getting Luffy in the flashback with Shanks. Great combo, great sequencing. I like that. I think that was very smart and strategic. You know, when you're putting something like this with this delicate of a situation where everybody is watching your every move, you got to be very precise with how you capture things. So them doing that, bravo to them. Zoro. Let's talk Zoro. Now, when I watched episode 1, I actually watched it while I was out in New York with my guy Hazem and his brother and my niece and my nephew and one of their friends. So there was a lot of people that watched that first episode with me together. And I know that most of their complaints, and I'm going to check right now real quickly, I want to see what you guys think about this complaint. Their complaints was, which I didn't have this complaint, I want to be clear about it. I'm going to tell y'all my complaints, but this wasn't a complaint of mine per se, was that Zoro came across as like a VTS pretty boy, and that's not the vibe that Zoro is supposed to give off. Zoro is, you know, the pirate hunter Zoro, you know, kind of looks maybe slightly angry at times, but he just doesn't embody that, is what the people that I watched it with were all saying for the most part. Like, he just didn't feel, he felt like he was about to start breaking into a song. Personally, I didn't really see it as I went, because I started rewatching the episode. I rewatched episode 1 yesterday. I could kind of see a little bit more. Like, it looks like they were heavy on the makeup to really make his skin on his face look like shiny and stuff. Pause on this whole topic. I'm trying to break things down, but so I could kind of see a little bit of it, but it really wasn't jarring to me. What do you guys think about that? Was it too much of Zoro looking like he's about to be smooth? Smooth like butter, a criminal undercover. Was Zoro about to do that, or was the crew I was watching with like tripping hard? Let's see. Zoro was perfectly cast. Zoro was emo through it all. I agree. Zoro was perfect. Nah, Zoro was spot on. Zoro carried the series. Zoro spot on. Zoro OP. Zoro is a spinoff from the Greek hero Zoppo. Okay, so it looks like everybody is disagreeing with that heavy on YouTube. Let me see on Twitch. I think he was just trying to act cool. Yeah, I don't see nobody agreeing with that take. Me personally, I didn't think like, oh, you know, Zoro's perfect or anything like that. My crew was tripping. Zoro was fine, just a bit moody. That song. Yeah. Oh God, I don't know why I just broke into singing it too. Yeah. Okay. So for the most part, again, I wouldn't say he was the best actor for me. I think Luffy, Inaki Godoy was actually the best of the Straw Hats that we got. And then I'd probably even put Emily Rudd as second. I don't know. I really liked Nami. I might even put her first. I'm going to keep it real. I felt like she just gives Nami. She just gives so much Nami. The look, the facial expressions, the sarcasm, the strategy. She just gives so much Nami. I really, really liked her. I'm so impressed because, again, coming into this one, I was like, get out of here. Who is that, bro? watching that episode, she gave Nami. She did. You know what I'm saying? And then Inaki Godoy just embodies Luffy. Like, he was like born to play this different version of, not different version, but, you know, slightly looks a little different than the anime version of, but he works it so well. Zoro, he was alright. I'd argue with I'd agree with the moody, that he was kind of moody. One of my complaints, so let's jump into a little bit of criticism. We'll get back to some of the props, whatever. One of my complaints, and I don't care what anybody says, I'm standing on this, that this feels so wrong, is that when we are introduced to Zoro, and I want to say this is, I caught the timing, 18 and a half minutes in to the first episode of the One Piece live action, Zoro is chopping a black man into pieces and putting him in a body bag. Netflix, what is this, bro? What is this, dog? Come on. Somebody out there gotta agree with me on that. When Zoro chopped the black dude in half from Baroque's works and whatnot, like, we're 18 and a half minutes in. How is this how we're starting One Piece with Zoro? Zoro 110% ain't beating the racist allegations after that one. But even more so, dog, like, because I believe one of the head writers on there is a black man. So I'm just kind of like, why would you okay that? A dude, Matt Owens, like, why would you okay that we starting off One Piece with Zoro chopping a black man in half and putting him in a body bag? Like, that's so wrong. That's so, I question, like, dog. I don't know, man. Personally, I would never in 100 trillion years. I think that's whack. I think that's lame. I think, what the hell? Because Zoro is badass in and of himself. He could do a million things. That doesn't make him badass. That doesn't make me like, oh, wow, you know, he's killing a black guy. Let's go, Zoro. Like, if anything, that makes me kind of look at it like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Come on. So I was a little bit taken back by that, and I was a little bit appalled, I'll be honest with you, of like, why are we starting off Zoro's character by him chopping a black man in half? Like, I gotta keep on reiterating that, because what the hell was that? You know? And Oda, you approved that, Oda. I'm watching you, homie. Like, shout outs, because if we're gonna give Oda the praise, that a lot of this is probably due to the fact that Oda had his eyes very closely on this. So Emily Rudd being a great Nami, Inaki Godoy being a great Luffy, you know, all of those things that I'm giving him praise, you also gotta be like, Oda, you approved that, Oda. You know what I'm saying? You. So I gotta say it. I gotta say it. I don't like it. Yeah, not cool. Because there's, again, a million ways you could have made Zoro. Just Zoro himself always gives, if you really make the character Zoro from the manga and anime, there's never been a question on whether or not Zoro is an awesome and badass character, right? Like, we've never, like, questioned, like, yo, is Zoro bad? Like, never. We've always just said Zoro's that dude. Zoro is him. So why it gotta be that type of situation and that type of scenario? That was just, it rubbed me the wrong way, homie. And I hate to be a stickler on it, but I was just kind of like, bro, Matt Owens, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing, dog? Why? So yeah. Black Blade, as a black guy, I'm not offended, but you don't speak for all black people, because I've had conversations with plenty of my black friends, and they agree with me, so, sorry, buddy, assuming that you're actually, you know, a black guy back there, because we be having these fake accounts, you know what I'm saying, pretending to be, because personally, I thought that was disgusting. Let's see what else. Other than that, Zoro was alright. It's funny, though. I will say it's funny that Zoro's character was the one that I thought was the most, like, coming into this thing, I was the most hype off of Zoro's character, and honestly, I just kind of, like, it's reversed now. Like, I don't really, outside of that glaring thing of the writing of what the hell, in terms of the actor embodying the character and, like, his mannerisms and stuff like that, I didn't have a problem with him. I thought he was okay, too. But it kind of went almost in reverse of where, like, after watching, I'm like, no, Emily Rudd just did phenomenal with Nami, and Inaki Godoy just great at Luffy, and Zoro's alright. So it's very interesting how things turned out for me personally, where I'm like, oh, yeah, Zoro's alright, but I went into this like, nah, it's Zoro. He's the one that owns it, baby, it's Zoro. So there's that. Let me check on Twitch. Black characters can't die in shows, or is it because it's the first person he kills? It's clearly because of the nature of it, starting off with 18 and a half minutes in, a black man is chopped in half. Who said anything? Are you even thinking? I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to attack nobody, but where did I say that? Nah, no black people could die in a show. When did I say that? It's clearly a black man is chopped in half 18 minutes into a $100 million budgeted live action of One Piece, kind of making a character look even more sus with Zoro. That's what I said, homie. Let's just be clear. You're implying it. No, I'm not. And it's great that y'all trying to, or sarcasm on the great, but you're diverting the whole point of that's where we starting off with Zoro's character. Are we gonna do that every season? Is that gonna be a running gag? Huh? Is that where we're going with it? But yeah, aside from that, Captain Morgan was cool. Shout outs to actor that played Captain Morgan. I wasn't mad at that. Kobe was alright too. Kobe was good. Honestly, for the most part, I feel like a lot of the casting was actually not too bad. I don't know why, I'm gonna say that again. I think that the actors really came to act. The actors really showed up and they weren't playing around. They wasn't coming in here to have that same narrative show up of, oh, this is the worst thing of all time. The actors really came and were like, no. We're going to act and we're going to make the best thing possible. Because again, like I said earlier with the Shanks situation, Shanks, he don't look like Shanks. He don't, like, yeah, he got the red hair and whatnot. But it's the performance that homie delivers that gives it. You know, the director that was there, Oda that was there to really guide them into, no, this is how it's supposed to be, is a big factor in helping to realize these characters to being who they are. Because, again, some of the characters, like, and I haven't gotten to because I do believe my nephew was watching it, that Mihawk shows up more. But the Mihawk that I saw in the first episode, I was like, whoa, that doesn't look like Mihawk and what's going on here. Which I think that is really dope, too, because my nephew went and he, on his own, like we watched the first episode together, and while we was over there in New York, he watched the entire thing on his own. So that says something that One Piece, my nephew is 14 years old. One Piece has been his favorite anime since he was like 6. Like, he loves, lifetime One Piece fan, and he actually was praising the live action. And my nephew was very honest. He would have told me it was garbage if it was garbage, but he absolutely loved it. My niece on her own didn't even come with me in New York, and she watched the whole One Piece live action, and she thought it was good too. So I think that that's a testament to success. Like, regardless of any criticisms you can have about it, ultimately the One Piece live action, there's no question about it, it's a success in doing the major thing that it was setting out to do, and that's not putting out a bad live action adaptation. So props to the team, props to Oda, props to the actors. I want to keep on stressing on the actors. I'm looking forward to watching more. I can't wait to see my guy that plays Usopp, which I think the actor just put out an EP. Shout outs to him for doing that. Like, capitalizing on the situation in general, putting out, because he started out rapping first, I believe, before he got casted as Usopp or whatnot. I thought that was dope. Shanks was not that interesting in the show, in my opinion. From, the flashbacks that I saw, Shanks was all right. I wasn't really, too keen on, oh, my God, again, the look is already a little off-putting. And then, I mean, how much, it's not like we're going to get Marineford Shanks immediately anyways. But yeah, I guess maybe they could have handled Shanks, just his epicness, a little bit more. I don't know. The beginning scene, I still got to stand by that. I'm going to keep it real. I felt like there were better choices for Goldie Roger. There was a bunch of different actors, I'm sure, that could have looked the part a lot better than homie that they picked. He was all right. I'm not completely angry about it, but he's definitely not Roger that I would have preferred. I wasn't a big fan of the actor that plays Goldie Roger. Mind you, he is going to show up throughout the series. Gold Roger is not just the first, episode and we never see him again. So we're going to be seeing him again, and I'm not, again, too keen on the actor. He's just kind of I don't know. Although I thought it was a really cool thing that they did of having that Easter egg moment or the moments where you see a lot of the characters that before they even make their official debut in the crowd. During Roger's execution or whatnot. Like you got the hooded version. You don't see, I believe you don't see his face of Dragon, but you see the green hood, which you know that's Dragon. I think Kid Smoker was in the, I was going to say in the comment section, is in the crowd. Some people are theorizing that the black woman that is at one given point in the scene looking like very interested is Crocodile. That whole Crocodile is a woman, Von Cove theory. I'd be all for it. I think that's a crazy, wild theory that Oda has been slowly dropping breadcrumbs for a while from it. So I wouldn't be necessarily mad at it at all. And when I say I'd be all for it, I mean in terms of foreshadowing these things because Oda is the one that is okaying, like, no, you can do that. So we know that there's a plan because you can trust Oda that for 1,000+ chapters, Oda always has a plan. So if you're going to put a character right there and that might actually be Crocodile, again, the whole Ivankov situation, Oda did it with a plan in mind. You know what I'm saying? So I trust that it's not just a red herring or it's going to be dumb because let's keep it real. If it was left up to no Oda not overseeing nothing, it's just Netflix, we would have some wild stuff going on, dog. Like, let's be honest. At some given point, Luffy would learn how to swim. At some given point, if it was just Netflix on their own or whatnot, Luffy would have learned how to swim because of the power of friendship, and that would have been it. We would have had Zoro x Nami. Like, they would have went wild with it. So I'm grateful that, Oda, again, like, for better or worse, where, some situations maybe I'm like, whoa, Oda, you said okay to that? But then on the other side of things, like, oh, okay, yeah, Oda probably stopped them from doing a lot of wild stuff that they would have done. I saw a screen grab. I didn't watch the scene, so I can't really 100% say that it's not a dream sequence or whatnot. But I saw a scene of Usopp kissing, what's Shorty's name that he starts off in his arc with? I don't know if that's valid or not, but I don't remember Usopp and her locking lips. I think I remember her giving him like a kiss on the cheek in the anime or the manga. And again, Oda okayed that, but that was just kind of like, okay. Kaya. Was that a real thing, or was that like a dream sequence of them kissing? I saw like a screen grab of it. Usopp love playing in the snow. Usopp be with them bunnies all day, dog. He can't help himself. No. It was real. It actually happened. And how do y'all feel about it? Because, again, I haven't seen the scene, which the One Piece live action, if it's taught me anything about what it is that you can't really judge it unless you've actually watched it. Because I was judging things from promos and whatnot, and some of the things that I thought were going to be bad ended up being not so bad or being pretty freaking good. So how was the scene executed in terms of that kiss? Did it feel awkward? Did it feel not One Piece-like, or was it okay? They definitely gonna date in the future. Because, again, it was like, in the anime and manga, I think it was just a kiss in the cheek. It didn't really, have any of that. Oda says no romance for the Straw Hats. Well, there was romance there, and Oda okayed it. So Oda kind of contradicting. Either that or Netflix was twisting his arm like, we want some of this stuff, man. We're gonna, come on, Oda. It was awkward. Philly Cat said it was awkward. Wherever it's snowing, Usopp's going. I'm done with you, Master Hero. I'm done with you. Usopp was swimming in the snow, baby. Kaya isn't a Straw Hat. But Usopp is. But I get it. You're saying that, like, Oda's saying that the Straw Hats, love within them, romance within them, wouldn't happen. Would you risk for Netflix to make a Naruto adaptation? Well, in light of this situation, I don't know if y'all know, again, I covered it over on Forever News. You should go check it out. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, go to the Forever News YouTube channel, and you can watch, I talk about all the news in the anime manga world. It was just talked about that Lionsgate, who have had the Naruto, or the rights to the Naruto live action, to make a Naruto live action. They've had that since, like, 2015, 2016. I remember the announcement very well that it's been for many years that they've had the license to make a Naruto live action. And I gotta assume it's because One Piece is actually getting praise and people are excited about it, that they all of a sudden announce, yo, we got a script for the Naruto live action, and it's done by one of the writers of The Witcher. And for me, not being too, in tune on, okay, what do they mean by that? Because I watched The Witcher live action season 1, and that was great. The Witcher season 1 was phenomenal. So if you're talking about the writers from that show, yeah, give me that writer. But from what people were telling me, the writer that they got was from something else that was like garbage from The Witcher. So that kind of makes me feel like, oh, damn, first of all, they got me by just saying, yo, a writer from The Witcher just came up with a script for Naruto live action. Because immediately I'm excited, like, yeah, let's go. We might have a 2 for 2, 2 good live actions. But then when I find out it's not from The Witcher live action season 1, it's from something else entirely, then I'm like, ooh. They might, what I'm saying? This might be a case of Lionsgate, again, that if they got these rights many years ago, back in like 2015, 2016, they might be in one of those scenarios of, we either make live action movie of this title soon, or we just spent millions and millions of dollars to secure the rights to make this live action, and we wasted it because we didn't do nothing. And the rights are probably about to expire here soon for, their license of the Naruto live action or the ability to make one. So that might be a case of they might want to just rush something out, like, hey, One Piece is getting praise. We got this title before we lose it and lose all the millions that we spent to have this make this thing. Just make something quickly. And that's going to be horrible because One Piece, with everything of how people are really excited about it and how good people are saying, it is and whatnot, it'll be 3 steps. How does the say go? 3 steps forward, 2 steps back in terms of like, if Naruto live action is horrible, it's like, come on, because let's keep it real. One Piece is popular. It's probably more popular than it's ever been. Not even probably. I have no doubt in my mind. One Piece right now is more popular in the United States than it's ever been in any year from the 4Kids era on. Like, it's way more popular. But Naruto is more popular than One Piece in the West. Like, there's no denying that a Naruto anything, let alone a live action, is going to have more eyes on it. And if that thing sucks, then it's going to kind of mess up what One Piece just did on giving people hope on. Maybe a live action can be good. Maybe a live action doesn't have to be like a travesty and a bad announcement like, oh no. So we got to see, because there was also not that long ago a My Hero Academia live action that was announced. And I feel like this One Piece live action, getting all this critical praise and whatnot is going to be a gift and a curse. It's a gift of, it gives people hope. Like, maybe live actions don't have to always be bad and like, a detriment to things. But it's also a bad thing because maybe a lot of these, companies that they license these, live actions, they're going to start like trying now, like, oh man, the floodgate is open, let's get them in. And the reason One Piece worked is because Oda was attached, Oda was involved, the original creator was given a lot of free reign to say, no, we're reshooting this right now, that's garbage, we're doing it better. Like, Oda was given the ability to bring One Piece to life. If they don't do that with a Naruto, or even if, let's just say they do a Naruto live action, they have Kishimoto very heavily involved, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a win. Because one of the things I've learned the hard way from a lot of these things is that just because the original creator is attached to the live action doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good, because Masashi Kishimoto, for all the greatness that man has brought us with Naruto, he is a manga artist. You could even throw, maybe he's something in the lines of like not an animator, but because, a lot of these manga artists, they do work closely with the animation studios and whatnot when their thing is getting adapted. So you could say that he even has experience in that realm. They are not directors. They are not producers of live action. It's a whole different ballgame. In fact, Oda's had the opportunity and the leisure to have been working on this thing since, I think it was announced back in like 2017. So Oda had 6 years of being involved to learn the process of making live action, be involved in it, and really put his heart into it. At the last hour being like, yo, Kishimoto, come over here from Japan so you can help us with this. That's not going to make an automatic win for a Naruto live action. Likewise with a My Hero, like, yo, Horikoshi, get over here real quick. That's not how this works. Oda's been from 6 years heavily, crafting while still working on his stuff too. Let's not get it twisted. Oda's still doing his thing. He's been a part of the process very heavily. So we might be getting some some bad live actions to come because One Piece was good, because now the word is out like, yo, live actions might be making I don't want to say a return, but live actions might be the wave. Let's go. And now everybody's going to be like, yeah. And then we're going to get Naruto live action, and it might not be a pretty sight. It might not be. Oh, yeah. Somebody in the comments talking about Yu Yu Hakusho live action is coming out on Netflix this year, and we still don't even have a teaser trailer. That is something that I'm so scared about. In case you don't know, Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty much my all-time favorite anime. Like, it's just something that means so much to me. It got me through some really hard times in my life. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. The cast is some of the most badass, best cast in anime, shonen anime. Like, Yu Yu Hakusho is just phenomenal. I love Yu Yu Hakusho so much. So I don't know how this live action is going to come about, but I'm going to be looking at it very closely, and I'm hoping that, even though I doubt that Yoshihiro Togashi was involved, I doubt Yoshihiro Togashi, I don't think they have the bag to be able to pay Togashi to be like, yeah, I'm going to be involved. This man don't even want to do his own manga. You know, he's always saying about his back issues and whatnot. You think if he don't want to work on his own source material to get the bag that he sells millions of copies every time he drops a volume, you think he's coming over to the West, or anywhere for that matter, to be involved in a movie production? Yoshihiro Togashi ain't getting out of bed unless you smack him with like a bag of $50 million or something. Like, Togashi's not going to be involved in this. So that's even more. Hey, if I'm wrong and they somehow, some way they gave Togashi, I don't know what it is that it would take for homie to get out of bed, then great. Please make me wrong. I would love to be wrong about this, but we haven't had any word of Togashi being involved. And again, Yoshihiro Togashi is notorious of saying his health issues refrain him from being able to do the things that he loves. And if he can't do the things he loves, I don't know if Togashi would love to be a movie producer, director, consultant, or anything like that, especially for a title, Yu Yu Hakusho, that was, I'd imagine, a traumatic event in his life. Like, a lot of people don't know the history behind Yoshihiro Togashi, how the man freaking ended up hospitalized from overdoing it, creating manga so much. And then on top of that, because of his deadlines, he was in the hospital, and he kind of got into it with the staff of Shonen Jump. You know, he kind of got in trouble, I guess you would say, because he was in the hospital still writing storyboards and whatnot. If you listen to a lot of and read a lot of his old interviews, the man was like damn near depressed. Like, he was in a bad state of mind towards the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, so much so that's why Yu Yu Hakusho ends the way it does. Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't have in the manga a formal ending. It was just kind of like Togashi was like, I can't do it no more, I'm done. Here's some drawings, get away from me. And then it was only because he was so successful, Yu Yu Hakusho like was damn near rivaling Dragon Ball Z back in the day, that they were like, alright, bro, we know he's, you know what I'm saying, he got some things with him, but he's so good. Let's give him another try with this Hunter x Hunter stuff. He said, even his first author comment back, homie was like, I'm no more excuses, no more nothing, I'm not running away, I'm gonna do it. And then we see what's happened with Hunter x Hunter over the years. Man's, you know, got it renamed to hiatus. So if we don't get Yoshihiro Togashi involved in this thing, you know what I'm saying? What is this Yu Yu Hakusho live action going to be? And again, this all stems from the backs of One Piece being good, and now all these companies is going to be like, yeah, baby, the word is out, we can go ahead. And they're going to find out that anime fans are still going to be anime fans, and if it's not very heavily, because there was also a lot of other elements to this One Piece live action being successful. Like, let's be very clear, them having a lot of like YouTubers, streamers, all of these people being like heavily involved in promoting it and stuff like that, that helped immensely, because they laid the algorithm groundworks of like, okay, so, you know, well, they were nice to the streamers and the YouTubers and had them go and do this and that, and they all said good things about it. So when it comes out, you got this YouTuber has, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, this YouTuber has millions, this YouTuber. So when time comes, they all told their audiences of hundreds of thousands of millions of One Piece fans, no, dude, trust me, it's good. So they kind of laid a lot of groundwork to making this thing a success by kind of slowly drip feeding the audiences that, no, this is going to be good. Trust me. Your favorite creator is telling you it's going to be good way before it happens. I'm telling you. So they did a lot to make One Piece a success. It's not just that it's good. There was a lot of extra steps that I've clearly seen along this process that made it what it ultimately became. Because you do that, then if the One Piece fans are already conditioned, that are, you know, going to be very judgmental, if they're already conditioned to think that, yo, it's going to be good, bro, Greg88, my favorite YouTuber, Greg88 told me it's good, then they're running in to say it's good, and all it needs to be is, it doesn't need to be perfect, it doesn't need to be a direct adaptation, it doesn't need none of that, it just needs to be good, because Greg88 told his audience that it's good. You see, you follow me? Like, this is how you do some very subliminal marketing and strategizing to make it that when launch comes, like, you just got to make it good. And then casuals, they're not going to know any difference because they're not reading or watching the One Piece manga and anime. You just got to make it good. So shout outs to Greg88. What influencers promoted? I just saw trailers on Netflix's YouTube. Black Blade, you problematic, homie. You like, basically just say what you want to say. Which creators are you calling out, dude? Come on, Black Blade, you gotta be slicker than that. First you sticking up for anti-blackness, now you want me to name drop some YouTubers to get some drama going on. What type of time you on, homie? What are you doing here, bro? One Piece is just received well because One Piece fans are loyal. I'm not going to say all of that because it's legitimately good. And if it wasn't legitimately good, One Piece fans would have waxed the living life out of it. So it had to at least be good. My point, if One Piece gets this production, it should be cut just like Cowboy Bebop because they literally have identical issues. The only difference, the One Piece is more popular and the creator is behind it. Yeah, that was something else too that I looked at. I was like, man, you know, Cowboy Bebop, minus the ending, because the ending of Cowboy Bebop live action was garbage. I didn't like the ending of it. But for the most part, it's a very similar vibe. There's not much changes. Like, the Cowboy Bebop live action was good. Like, -2, I guess that... See, look. Hold on. Look at two sides of the spectrum. Let me, right here, paint you a picture. Again, Greg88, he's rubbing elbows with some of the people from the Netflix staff or whatnot. He feels good now, like, yo, I'm a part of this thing, let's go. He runs and tells his audience, yo, it's good, let's go. His audience is excited. They go. As soon as launch comes out, you know, they watch episode 1 and, oh my god, this is the greatest live action ever all time. It made me come, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Right? Cowboy Bebop, I don't know why, but shorty that played Faye Valentine, when people were kind of talking, you know, talking crap a little bit towards her, like, you don't look like Faye, what is this or whatnot, she was going at it with fans. That's not going to work. You're not going to make people love you, like your show, or anything like that when you're going at it with fans. Had they just kind of been chill and had a little bit more of the aggressive, I'm going to call it pre-marketing to this thing leading up onto it. And because I don't think Shinichiro Watanabe was heavily involved. I could be wrong. I can't remember on that aspect. But and I guess Bebop not being as popular as One Piece, it would have helped for it to have been. But Bebop has a pretty, like, you know, Bebop is the Adult Swim anime that people love for so many years. So I'm not going to completely say, like, Bebop's not as popular as One Piece, because in the West, at the very least, Bebop is popular. Like, people remember Bebop from being on Adult Swim all those years. So I'm not going to completely give it that. But yeah, it didn't help at all that, you know, they're on the Bebop side of things that they were attacking. Look at the successful thing. One Piece, they kind of went and held hands. You know, the crew, the staff, the content creators and all, like, fans, please, let's hold hands and say that it's going to be good and manifest that it's good. While the Bebop people were like, yo, we don't care if you don't like us, bro. You could suck the tip. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. We don't care. So there's the difference in the way they approached each situation, because in all honesty, a lot of the Bebop live action was pretty good. It kind of same type of vibe on the same stance that they took with some of the changes that One Piece made. Bebop made similar changes, like same type of scenario. It's just that there was a lot of, I guess, a better approach too leading into it with One Piece. He hates No, I don't hate Cowboy Bebop. What are you talking about? Cowboy Bebop is iconic. That's facts. Yeah, I like the Faye Valentine character. I thought the actress played her very well. Let's see what's going on Twitch chat. I never heard a lot of adaptations live action of Case Closed. A Case Closed live action would be fire. Gear 5th is a huge reason why it popped. Well, Gear 5th definitely got people talking. That also helped. Like, One Piece, and that's the thing why I got to keep on stressing that, yeah, it's good, but Bebop was pretty good in the beginning too. Like minus, because I know some people like, oh, you know, especially like hardcore, not even hardcore, just races in general. Like, oh, I don't like that you changed the race of this character, that character, whatnot. Which I'm seeing some of that with One Piece, but there's just been such a good job in so many other areas with One Piece that it's not overpowering the love that people have for this thing. Because I've seen, I think, is it Nojiko? Nami's sister? People are mad. I saw, again, I don't know what episode she shows up in. I've only seen like a little bit of the hibbity hoopla that's going on Twitter right now, where people are mad that she was casted as a black actress, which I think is fine. I think it's dope. I like that idea. I wouldn't have been mad if Nami's surrogate mother was casted as that either. Like, why do people get so like, oh, it needs to be faithful? Like, I guess at a point in my life, I was a little bit more like, oh, I really want it to be faithful. But like, yo, dog, on top of all that, like, Nojiko is not even the most important character. Like, why are we stressing about Nojiko's race? Like, really? Do you really care about it being, you know what I'm saying, like, faithful, or is there something else to this thing, you know? Come on now. I don't think that's a big deal at all. Noji has a tan, though, so technically light skin or dark skin was a bother to me. Oh, she has a tan. Yeah, like in the 2010 version of when Nojiko showed up in the One Piece anime, when they remade, I think, the Nami stuff in 2010 or something like that, she was a little bit darker. So I don't... We don't even need to travel down that because it's idiotic to even. We know what it is. Let's stop. But yeah, overall, it's just. I don't know how many other live actions are going to put that amount of resources into making things happen the way it happened with One Piece, because it was a lot. It wasn't just making a show. There was making a show, getting the original creator on board, doing all of these subliminal marketing tactics from, you know, the top to the bottom. This was a lot of money spent to do this thing. I don't know if, you know, Naruto live action, if Lionsgate is going to try and do all of that. I don't know if they're going to want to have Kishimoto in there. I don't know if they're going to want to have, you know, interacting with the fans and interacting with content creators or whatnot, when a lot of major studios, you know, they snub content creators. They don't want to, they look at content creators as bottom feeders. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the multicultural casting. It was too many accents. Yeah, Nojiko is darker, but yep, we know what that is. I think the multicultural casting is cool. Remember, at the end of the day, it's the live action adaptation. It's not just about making it. It's not the live action identicality or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think it's cool. And I love seeing a beautiful black woman on screen. So if you're mad about it, I'm sorry. There's always been some weird rooted in the anime community. Yeah, weird racism, deeply rooted. Yeah, it's there. I think as time is going on, I think that the battling of the racism in the anime community is getting better. Because I even look at it like, you know, back in, like, let's just say even 10 years ago, right? There wasn't this level of unity with, like, people of color, black content creators, all of us together, where we're making waves and we're making changes and we're united and like, yo, we all love this too. We love this too. So we're not having that same situation where it's like, yo, we're just outnumbered by races that are telling us like, you're not allowed to be a fan because of your skin pigmentation. Get out of here. So we're in a renaissance, if anything, of black anime, manga fans, black nerd culture in general, where it's like, no, homie, we here now. There's a lot of us now. You can't do it to us anymore. We don't give up. And I love that. I love that so much for, you know, black nerds around the world, that now that's why they have to cater in a way as well of like, no, we're here. We got money to spend too. We got eyeballs to watch stuff too. So it's not ideal because there's still plenty of these pieces of shit out there that want to, you know, harass and all of that stuff. But because there's a little bit more of unity, and because black nerds is at a, I would argue, all-time high at the very least of being present on the scene of, no, we love this. We're here. We love it. It's beneficial and it's dope because now it's not just going to be like I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, I had covered a story where there was this anime fan that she just wanted to cosplay as Nezuko, a beautiful black girl, and I remember the amount of hate, the amount of stuff that she had to go private on Twitter, and you know, it just destroyed her whole day of, you know, racists attacking her, like, you're not supposed to cosplay as Nezuko, you're black, blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that would go under the radar, especially 10, 20, 30 years ago. Like, there, it'd be astronomical of the stuff that I'd imagine she would have to go through of, you're not allowed to do that. Like, what do you mean you're not allowed to do that? You out of your damn rabbit-ass mind? And so now we have, when something like that happens, well, the black nerd community is going to be like, no, you pasty piece of shit. What are you fucking doing? Leave her the fuck alone. So I love that. I love that. And yeah, I'm unapologetic about loving that too, because I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't people of color, black people, enjoy what they enjoy? ForneverWorld, read my chat. Okay, my fault. I got you, Lucky Beetle. Luffy Gear 5th versus Goku Ultra Instinct versus Naruto Baryon mode. Oh, snap. We could definitely talk about that. And will there be a Gear 6 for Luffy to defeat Blackbeard? Also, I missed the ForneverWorld podcast. Okay, let's go backwards real quick. The ForneverWorld podcast, yeah, I don't know if that'll ever make a return. I do Fornever News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, so, and it's like an hour's worth of content. It's a podcast pretty much, but I don't really like to title it as a podcast. To me, it's a show. It's an hour long every week. Yeah. So there's that. Will there be a Gear 6 for Luffy to defeat Blackbeard? 110%. If there is no Gear 6 Luffy, I will be deathly shocked. Like, no matter what, we always gotta take it back to the fact that this is shonen anime. You know what I'm saying? This is shonen anime. At the end of the day, power-ups. Look at Dragon Ball Super. We're I don't know how many years removed. We're going into like 40 years of Dragon Ball, and we're still getting new power-ups, even if it's just hair color swaps. Why? They sell toys, they sell shirts, they sell coffee mugs, they sell advertisement, they sell it all because it feels like something fresh and a new, you know, a landmark for the series. That's why, like, yeah, Dragon Ball fans have gotten a little bit sick of it, which rightfully so, because it's like the power-ups has just literally been like, his hair's orange now, his hair's pink now, his hair, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, dog? And that's more so of a lazy side of things, where with Luffy, you know, Gear 5th is very fresh. It's the most differentiating transformation he's had thus far of all the gears. It's fresh, it's exciting. I love how it connects to kind of I guess you would say like real world things that people or real world deities that people worship and stuff like that. Like, it just has so much richness to what it is. So Gear 5th Luffy, yeah, I wouldn't mind a Gear 6, and I think most One Piece fans wouldn't mind it either. I know there's a few sticklers that are like, no, stop it. When Gear 6 comes out in another 5 years or so, you're gonna love it. It might be the last one, because there's no way I could imagine Oda, as much as I would assume, especially years ago, I would have assumed that we would have had like 8 gears. Gear 6 might be the last one, maybe 7, maybe like, I don't know, a film or something. But considering One Piece is supposed to be, and you know, we're making major strides every chapter into getting closer and closer to the ending, I don't see us getting past a Gear 6. Gear 6 will probably be the final one, but it's definitely happening. What it will be, who knows? Because again, Gear 5th is uncharted territory. Gear 2nd was, you know, him kind of his skin turning a little pink and hot, and him maneuvering faster or whatnot. Gear 3rd was, honestly, Gear 3rd, I feel like out of all of the gears is the most laziest and doesn't even really feel like a gear. Like, what is it again? Like, one of his limbs just become like humongous. Like, why is that a gear? Like, that literally just feels like Luffy, like another attack of Luffy's. Maybe that's just me. And then, you know, he turns into a little kid and runs around after the fact. Gear 3rd, I'm not a fan of. Gear 4th, that's where Oda was like, I'm still going to keep it playful, bounce man and all that stuff, but it started to get epic. He looks like he's kind of brawlic, but chubby at the same time. Like, I like that. That's kind of like me. I'm getting there. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting there. If you could feel right now what I got under these, you know what I'm saying? You can feel it. But Gear 4th, dope stuff. And Gear 5th, my favorite by far of all of the gears. Very different. It kind of connects to, you know, his devil fruit. Just so much richness about it. So yeah, there will be a Gear 6. What will it be? I'm gonna assume it's gonna be more along the lines of either. It could either be along the lines of Gear 5th, or it'll be radically different again, which I wouldn't be mad at that either. Like, you know, maybe it has some really sick purple drip or something like that. That'd be fire. I love, like, shout outs to Ultra Ego Vegeta's design. Like, he looks so cool. Dragon Ball anime return when? I'm hearing some murmurings of Dragon Ball anime return, Dragon Ball Super, but different topic for a different time. And lastly, Lucky Beetle said, Luffy Gear 5th versus Goku Ultra Instinct versus Naruto Baryon mode. Which, funny enough, I wanted to make a whole stream about this at some given point, and I still might, because I feel like I could talk so much about that. But in terms of, and I'm not going to do it as far as like who will win in a fight, because Goku Ultra Instinct clears both of them at the same time with very little, no effort at all. So I'm not going to do it as far as fights. I'm just going to go as far as transformations go. Luffy Gear 5th is freaking epic as hell. Like, between the, you know, the way it looks, the anime's art and animation debut of it is freaking phenomenal. Goku Ultra Instinct, as much as I love Ultra Instinct for what it also represents, where it's like, yo, dog, it's kind of like almost a calming of the mind, becoming one with your instincts, all of that stuff. How can I say this? It's literally just like a color palette swap. Like, it's literally just his hair is silver now, or whitish or whatnot. So as much as I rocked with it and its debut, you know, it crushed everything, and, you know, all of that jazz of what it ultimately did and stood for, amongst these three, it's not in the ballpark of original, and I would probably have to say, just being unbiased as possible, that I'd put at number 3 between the three in terms of just what it represents, the look, all of that combined, not fighting capabilities, because again, I will repeat, Goku's number 1 in that aspect, but Goku Ultra Instinct will be my third one. Again, it's not that original. It's not, you know what I'm saying, it's silver hair. You know what I mean? Although the debut and the art and animation was fire, it just is what it is. And then it is so tough for me to do this one, Luffy Gear 5th and Naruto Baryon mode, because, man, oh man, now that the dust has settled between the two of them, I feel like a part of me wants to say, and I feel like I've actually kind of touched up on this before, but a part of me wants to straight up and down say, no holds bar, absolutely, it is Luffy or Naruto Baryon mode, but then a stronger part of me wants to say, but damn it, what Luffy's represent, like look at it like this, right? Naruto's represents a very personal situation. Think about it. Like, it's Kurama, and ultimately what it leads to, the goodbye of Kurama. Design-wise, it's fire. It's a radical departure from Naruto's previous transformations, you know, like the Sage mode and QB Chakra mode and all that. It's very different, but it also still looks like what you would expect, a combo of Kurama and him. But again, it's more personal, right? Like, he loses Kurama in the process. It's heartbreaking and shattering and whatnot. While Luffy's is more connected to the grand scheme of the story, gods that people worship. Like, Luffy's is just a larger than life type of thing. Like, if Baryon mode was something that was like beyond Sage or beyond Sage of Six Paths or something crazy like that, then it would be like, wow, you know, this is connecting to everything. But considering it's a more personal thing, which I don't want to, like, subtract points because it's more personal, because if anything, you know, here's the difference, right? You cry when the ending of Baryon mode happens. You laugh with tears of joy when Gear 5th happens. You know what I'm saying? So I guess in that aspect, in terms of the experience alone, which one you want to do? You want to feel heartbroken and sad, like, oh my God, after the Kurama? Or you want to be like, oh, this shit was crazy, this was God tier. In that regard, to pick is so difficult for me. Again, I want to say Gear 5th over, or I want to say Baryon mode over Gear 5th, but a big part of me wants to say, I'm going to say the Naruto fan of me would say Baryon mode, but ultimately, being unbiased as possible, I'm going to go with Gear 5th. I'm going to go with Gear 5th over Baryon mode. And I hate to do it. I'm sorry, Naruto fans. Don't hurt me. But I got to keep it real. I just feel like Gear 5th, it's so iconic. You know, it deals with the god Nika and all of this really cool stuff. But Baryon mode ain't no sleeper. And if we ever had like some sort of crossover official episode, I would love to see the three forms, Naruto and Baryon mode, make it take place during the time he had Kurama, Goku Ultra Instinct, and Luffy Gear 5th, because all three of them in their own right are epic as hell. The first time we saw Ultra Instinct, it was like, yo, It was kind of like they were trying to recreate that feeling that you got from when the first time Goku went Super Saiyan all those years ago. It wasn't exact. It wasn't that somebody, their guts was splattered everywhere like Krillin or something like that. But it was just like they built up and made sure to embody pure epicness. Naruto, again, it left you in tears. It was also a big moment. It was a huge moment. A lot of people were like, yo, this is crazy. It's one of the biggest moments of the series of Boruto. But it left you in tears. And then Gear 5th, it was one of the big pivotal moments in a fight that a lot of people to this day still aren't fond of, which I don't know. I'm always going to stand by. I thought the Luffy versus Kaido fight was okay. It was okay. But I hope I answered your question there, Lucky Beetle. Let me see what's going on with my Twitch people. It's been a hot minute. Are you going to talk about the conclusion of Luffy versus Kaido next week in the anime? Ideally, because I'm starting to get back into my anime manga thing. If you've been watching since the beginning of the stream, you know that I'm slowly crawling back into things. And I do plan on watching a handful of the latest episodes of One Piece because, yeah, I'm just digging anime and manga again. I'm glad that sometimes it takes for you to go to the deep end of like, oh my God, I don't want it. Like, I still can't even believe I said that, but then at the same time, it's very reminiscent of what I said 5 years ago. Like, I said something and I felt a similar sentiment 5 years ago of, I'd rather die than talk about anime ever again. Like, what was I thinking? I don't know. But I think sometimes stuff like that needs to happen. Like, you always got to appreciate the good and the bad, man. That's how you find the balance. And I appreciate the fact that that happened because now that I'm realizing, no, I don't mean that at all. I love anime. I watched Bleach yesterday and I just had a great freaking time. So, yeah, I'm going to go and watch some of this One Piece anime, Gear 5th, and have a great freaking time. Which transformation is an anime hit different when you watch it repeatedly that gives you goosebumps? Luffy Gear 5, Armin turns into Colossal, Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, Seiya becomes a Pegasus Knight for the first time, Asta achieves demon form. Ooh, I don't know about watching it over and over again. I never really am the guy like for transformation. Oh, I got one. I'm talking out my behind. I got one. It's not about the look of it. It's about the execution of it. And y'all tell me if y'all agree with me or not. One transformation that I've rewatched over and over again is Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time against Cell. That transformation, that moment from 16, what happens to 16, to Gohan finally snapping and realizing, yo, I got to break through these barriers. I got people to protect. I got people that I care about, and they're getting slaughtered because I'm not being who I need to be right now. The music, the Gohan's look that they beautifully replicated in the superheroes film, like everything about it is just, yeah, that one. Gohan Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, I'm responding to the chats right now, people. I'm checking in all sides. Yes, sir. Me too. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But yeah, that was for the most part everything. I know I kind of went on a tangent on other stuff, but as far as the One Piece live action goes, to wrap that topic up, even though we have like 50 topics in between it. Did I wrap it up? I think I did wrap it up. I don't know. For the one time, before we go on to talk some Bleach anime and other stuff, the One Piece live action overall is pretty freaking good. Shout outs to the actors that were involved. I feel like the actors are one of the main pivotal reasons why it's good. They did their thing, and whoever was the director that got them into like character and knowing how they should play these characters and whatnot, shout outs to that director. And yeah, I'll definitely finish season 1. I think they're already talking about like season 2 is written and they're just waiting for the writer's strike to end before they film, so it could be like up to 18 months until we get this live action going for season 2. But I'll probably more than likely I'm gonna be watching. It's pretty dope. Shout outs to the actors. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about Bleach, baby. Let's talk about Rukia, you see. Let's talk about Renji fighting Master Masculine. No, baby. No. Okay. let's see. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. Where do I begin? So, hands down, of this season, my favorite episode of everything I've watched of Bleach, and I'm caught up now in the 1000 Year Blood War, is Rukia. Rukia versus Asnod. Rukia versus Asnod is just chef's freaking kiss times 1,000. Rukia versus Asnod has been or was. V keeps is deucing out. All right, V keeps, peace. Rukia versus Asnod is easily my favorite of everything I've seen so far. Like, there's been a few different things, especially over the last handful of episodes that I caught up on. There was Mayuri showing up looking like the sun. I thought that was pretty dope. We got Hitsugaya Zombie. We got a few different things, but my standout moment of everything is Rukia overcoming her fear, overcoming obstacles, and going up against Asnod, because that right there was, between the art and animation, they definitely also delivered on the animation, because this season of Bleach, the animation hasn't been always stellar per se, but a lot of the stuff of Rukia, it was nice, bro. Like, they really put their quote-unquote foot into it, I guess you would say, into making sure that it came out looking good. Rukia looked good. The action was great. It felt like out of all of the fights, this is the one where they put the most love and care into it. Like, they really made sure to make it that, okay, it's not just a run-of-the-mill type of thing. And I appreciated that. I appreciated having Byakuya after, because early Bleach, let's not forget that Byakuya was a prick, bro. Like, the way he treated Rukia was disgusting. He treated her like crap. He was horrible in the beginning of Bleach. So to see it come full circle, or, a complete turnaround, a complete 180, shall I say, of him thanking Rukia for, kind of being there, for him giving her props, like, yo, you've gotten strong, for him even helping to walk her through the Bankai towards the end of the battle, where he's like, yo, just slowly deactivate it, slowly, come on, you got this. Like, that was great to see these siblings, to see these two working together and whatnot. Phenomenal. Asnod was great as a villain. It was dope to see the get back too. Like, when do you really see that it's not, because remember, Asnod kicked Byakuya's Ruden in their battle last season. Like, he demolished him. He was supposed to, in fact, die. A lot of people say that originally he was supposed to die. I think, what was it, his Zanpakuto shattered and whatnot, and if your blade shatters, your sword shatters, it's supposed to be over or whatnot. And I remember Kubo getting death threats, all sorts of stuff. So for all of that to have happened, and then it's his sister, his little sister, that he gave such a hard time in early Bleach, to be the one to come around and get revenge for him, that was fire. That whole episode, her Bankai, her look, she looked very similar to I think it's Bleach movie 2. I want to say it's Bleach movie 2, which was a great movie. I need to rewatch that movie. That was a great movie. Yeah, she's not really blood sister, but that was his wife's sister, so he, claims her. It's fine. Blood don't make you family. It's, who you really love and care about and who's there for you and whatnot. That's family. But Rukia, she looked a lot like that character from movie 2, which I thought that was pretty cool, because I love Bleach movie 2. Shout out to Bleach movie 2. And yeah, that episode was just incredible. Music was dope too. Overcoming fear, which it was very, very cool. I ain't gonna lie, while I was watching the episode, I kept thinking about Kendrick Lamar Fear off the Damn album. Like, that song was ringing in my head while I was watching that, because again, Asnod's whole quirk, quote unquote, is that he brings the fear, and seeing Rukia overcome her fears, where there was a given point where she almost lost it, and it was that Byakuya came through and still, he did help her out. It was that moment that she overcame her fear, like, yo, my big brother's always watching me or whatnot. I thought that was fire. And yeah, that was probably the best, like, because if you watch my stream the last time when I was talking about this thing, I was telling y'all that I don't know how I'm feeling about this season, man. Komomura's fight wasn't done the way I would have liked. Like, I wasn't really keen on this season of Bleach, but they turned things around pretty freaking well with a lot of these latest episodes. I'm trying to think what came after the Rukia battle, Rukia versus Asnod. A lot of it was a lot of those side characters. Ichigo's return to Earth from the Soul Palace. I wasn't a big fan of the way that was handled in the manga because it's this whole big buildup. It's kind of almost like, and I'd imagine it was inspired by Goku coming from Snake Wake for the Saiyans and whatnot. And it's like, yo, it's gonna take you half a day to get there, and they even give him some sensu beans or what was it? It's like some cupcakes or some shit like that. Like, and then he gets there, he fights like some, I don't want to say fodder, but he fights all those Stern Ritter that kind of have like these little quirks and whatnot. And now he has to pretty much go back because Bach is making his way to the Soul Palace. So I was kind of like, huh? Like, I feel like at that moment when Kubo was writing that in the manga, somebody tapped him, or he himself, because I do believe he was having health issues at that point as well, probably felt like, yo, I can't stretch this right now. I got to cut a corner quickly to make this go a lot more quick, because there's no way that Kubo had plans all of this of, he's gonna arrive, it's gonna take a half a day to get there on some Goku Snake Way stuff, only for him to have to return to the Soul Palace. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I wasn't a fan of that in the manga, not a fan of that in the anime. It looked great. Ichigo's drip was fire when he fought all of those freaking, I don't, what do you call them? All those Stern Ritter anyway that had like the different abilities and whatnot. I thought that was fine. It looked cool. The art and animation was good and whatnot. But it's just the whole way it was written in the original source material that I'm still like, Kubo, something must have been going on at that point where he knew, like, I gotta wrap things up. My guy Nero just reminded me, the Kenny fight. Yes! I was tweeting about this yesterday, the Kenny fight. Zaraki Kenpachi versus Gremmy. Bro, I'm going to say this, right? Because in the manga, I wasn't a big fan of Gremmy. I was like, yo, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep in mind that he is a kid at the end of the day, because the thing about it is that Gremmy has the strongest ability in all of Bleach. There's no doubt in my mind that up until this point, there's not a single character that had a stronger ability than Gremmy. The fact of literally his imagination is what makes things happen. Like, if he imagines that your bones are cookies, your bones are cookies. If he imagines that a meteor is dropping and gonna hurt you, a meteor is gonna drop and hurt you. So it really just is a testament to how badass Zaraki is. The fact that he was so beastly that Gremmy, all he could do is imagine, like, nah, he's too epic. He's a monster. I can't beat him. And that's a testament to how epic Zaraki is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Zaraki, all he had to do was just withstand, and Gremmy couldn't do nothing but be like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? It's crazy. You put another one in, Lucky Beetle? I don't see another super chat. I read your first one, though. Oh, snap. Yeah, wow, I didn't see this one. Will Luffy ever meet Enel again? Probably. He'll probably see him towards the end of the series. Do you think, and who do you think will be the last Straw Hat member? I think we're not going to get any more Straw Hat members other than Yamato whenever she joins. I don't know when she will join, but she'll join eventually. And finally, how do you feel about losing subscribers? I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, Forever News is continuing to gain subscribers. Most of my other platforms is gaining subscribers. Over here, I haven't been consistent, so also rightfully, like, yeah, you're not going to grow if you're not consistent. And on top of that, between a bunch of other stuff I've talked about many different times I don't want to get into, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not hurting about it because I understand sometimes you got to destroy to rebuild, I guess you would say. So yeah. Shout outs to all the other platforms, and once again, thank you for your donation. Quickly, I guess, just to throw it in for the one time, if you want to listen to my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, it is out now. Just search it up, t.i.m. You can listen to it, you can stream it, all of that good stuff. If you're on Twitch and you're new to my Twitch, if you subscribe over on Twitch, I'll send you a free copy of the album. Anything else about back to Bleach. Kenpachi versus Gremmy. Overall, it was fire. It was dope to see, but I ain't gonna lie, it got me a little sad towards the end with what happened with Yachiru. With Yachiru seemingly disappearing. You see her clothes on the ground at the end, and I think Kenpachi can recognize at the very least something happened to her. It's not clear, and I'm not going to spoil because obviously I read the manga, but it's not clear to Zaraki what happened, but he knows something is wrong because what the hell, our clothes are there? I just had this battle with Gremmy, but Zaraki knows something is wrong, and it's kind of a bittersweet thing after having that big epic thing where he has like a butcher blade and all sorts of stuff with his abilities upgrading or whatnot. But yeah, it was a little bit bittersweet towards the end. And I will say this again. Gremmy was just not suited for his ability, because you give Gremmy's ability to somebody like, imagine Urahara had Gremmy's ability. You would never be able to stop him. He would literally, like, he would be the god of Bleach. Like, if you had somebody that was competent with being able to utilize their imagination, it'd be a different ballgame. But Gremmy is Gremmy. We haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen yet. We're going to be here soon. We'll be, after this Bleach talk, we'll jump into the readings of the mangas. Bleach No Breath from Hell One Shot is getting a color release soon. Yeah, I talked about that over on ForneverWorld News. I'm excited about that. I have to go back and read because I do not remember. Yeah, honestly, the Bleach anime, Bleach Thousand Blood War, has just, it for me personally, and I don't know, maybe it was because I was in a funk when I was watching some of those older or those previous episodes of this season with like the Komamura battle and whatnot, and Master Masculine. I was never a fan of Master Masculine in the manga either. But it just feels like it got better after the Rukia battle. Like the Rukia versus Adna fight was great. Even Kenpachi versus Gremmy, as much as I'm not a fan of Gremmy for being like, just like, damn, dog, you got this crazy ability and you got by a dude that it's just that you couldn't imagine beating him because he was so epic. Like, what's going on here, Gremmy? But even then, the way it was handled, directed, choreographed, or whatnot was great. The whole zombie situation and the callback to was it Xylapados? I want to say it was Xylapados. I might be totally off, but where Mayuri got all of those clones from that dude from the Espada's lab and stuff like that, or not clones, I'm sorry, zombies that he got, the Espada bodies or whatnot, and turned them into zombies. That was interesting. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, Bleach Thousand Blood War anime, right now I'm really liking it. Ever since Rukia's Bankai, it's been up, and away from me. So, shout outs to Bleach. Hey, no, appreciate you stopping through, Max. Yachuru, I meant, oh yeah, I'm not going to spoil what happened to Yachuru, but I remember very vividly. I forgot how Toshiro became a zombie. What is it? How did he become a zombie? Because I think in the anime they just, I know he got his shit kicked in, and then all of a sudden you just see him as a zombie. Fenev, did you read the 7 Deadly Sins post I showed you on Twitter? I read a little bit of it, but I need to check it out more. That'll probably be, I'll cover that if it's insightful enough. I will cover that on Forever News. Appreciate you sending that through. But okay, so boom, that guy spilled his blood on him. Yeah. There you go. Because that's the ability of if he spills the blood, then they turn into a zombie. Yeah. So let's poll it. Let's see what y'all want to read first. We got last week's My Hero, last week's One Piece, Chainsaw Man, and the 2 Jujutsu Kaisen chapters. Let me see. Let me start a poll. Oh, I gotta end the One Piece poll. Hold on. End poll. Okay. I have not gotten back to Hell's Paradise. I'm just starting to get back into my anime and manga bag. Give me a little bit of time. Which one first? Let me add option. Let's see. One Piece, My Hero, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. Y'all vote and let me know. Again, sorry, Twitch. I don't know how to do and I gotta learn how to do polls over here. But we'll see what the YouTube peoples want first. Ooh, Jujutsu Kaisen starting off strong. One Piece coming from behind. Jujutsu Kaisen back. Okay, let's go. Oh, we know Max's vote. We always know Max's vote. It's always JJK. And in the meantime, oh, well, we got another donation from Lucky Beetle. Let's see here. And thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Is Jujutsu Kaisen a ripoff of Naruto? No. What? You'd say there's some similarities, but not in the... No. If the Straw Hats aren't getting another member, how are they going to fight the Blackbeard Pirates? I think... Oh, utilizing... clearly with the army, the allies that Luffy has built throughout the years, like a lot of the people from Dressrosa, whenever it goes to the point where he has to fight a group that has way more numbers than him and outnumbers him, that's how he's gonna do it. All those Tontadas, the giant, all of that stuff, they're gonna be the ones that back him up when it comes to fights that they're outnumbered. How is Danny Boy? Danny Boy? You talking about Shintai? I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm assuming he's good. One Piece live action was fire. It definitely surprised a lot of us. A lot of us were skeptical as hell, but it definitely surprised us. And it looks like One Piece is winning right now. So yeah, we'll probably just start off with One Piece then. Let's see, what are the results saying anyway? Is it? I know it's showing One Piece in the lead. It's One Piece and the lead. I'm trying to see what the hell. I can't see Jujutsu Kaisen on the damn thing. Is One Piece in the lead? Shit. Why can't I see the Jujutsu Kaisen results? Okay, there we go. One Piece in the lead with 47%. Jujutsu Kaisen in second with 36%. And Chainsaw Man in third with 11. And My Hero in fourth with 7. If y'all want something else, you gotta pick it. Let's go. Thank you for being a first-time chatter. Oh, pro. Hey, Fornev, don't know if you talked about it, but what's your thoughts on Mama Yu Yu, the new Shonen Jump manga? I have not read it yet. It looks cool based off the images, or the image that I've seen, but I have not read it yet. Oda worked on film Red and live action during Wano's climax, and it ended up destroying the quality of the arc. I see, that's debatable. I don't feel like the ending of Wano was that bad. I don't feel like it was bad. I thought it was all right. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that One Piece has never been strong on its action. Like, One Piece is great for its story, world building, mystery, suspense, all of that stuff. But One Piece has never, despite it being a battle series, been really about battles. So you get a climax where it's a lot of battle. Like, how many fights do we have back to back to back to back to back? And ultimately, yeah, it might not deliver to what fans would like because One Piece has never been the battle series. How many times is Oda off-screen stuff and people complain about that? But it's because probably Oda knows, like, that's not really my strong suit. Like, I'm more so really, wicked with the pen when it comes to writing a plot twist or, foreshadowing or connecting things. He's never been the guy that is like, yo, I need fights from him. That's just facts. Shout outs to Blackfire Entertainment. We going in. Do you think that some theories are saying Luffy is going to wipe the existence of devil fruits? Nah, I don't think so. It won't be Luffy that does it anyway. I don't see that. Hey, Grenna's Games, thank you for subscribing with Prime over on Twitch. Do you have a copy of my album? If not, definitely hit me up on my email, which I'll write right here, and send me a confirmation that that it's you and your mailing address, and I'll ship it out to you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Lucky Beetle with another donation. Appreciate you. Last one, Blackbeard Pirates versus Straw Hat Pirates matchup. Zoro versus Shiryu, Nami versus Lafitte. Who will fight Aokiji of the Straw Hats? I don't think Aokiji at that point, when we get to that battle, is going to be fighting against the Straw Hats. I 100% believe that he's I don't know if it's a double agent where the government knows per se that he's not a bad guy, but he's definitely not a bad guy. Aokiji, he's, I think, the first admiral that we see in One Piece, and he didn't have that type of heart at all. Like, even back in the flashback, I think, wasn't he the one that let Robin get away? He don't got a bad heart. He's doing this to probably help take down the Blackbeard pirates, so there won't be anybody that will be fighting Aokiji. It'll be Aokiji probably fighting against the Blackbeard pirates. He fought Garp because he's still covert. Like, he's still on a covert mission. By the time we get to that point, I'm saying that his cover is probably going to be blown, and he'll probably make his move to stop Blackbeard, either trying to kill Blackbeard or something. But for now, he's still got to put up a front. I don't think he's going to... Where would Aokiji... Like, he's never been shown to be a piece of garbage. Why would he start now? I don't buy it. I think that was a setup. I really do. Who knows? Yeah. Hey, over on Twitch, Original Big Boy, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Super appreciate you. If you would like a free copy of my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, out now on all streaming platforms, then definitely hit my email, which I think I just provided, but I'll pin it right there. Hit up my email address with a proof that it's you and your mailing address, and I will ship it out to you. Again, thank you so much for subscribing over here. And Zoro versus Shiryu, I mean, Zoro's going to clear. By that point, Zoro's already powerful as hell. He's going to clear. It's going to be a hard struggle, but he's going to clear. And Nami versus... I don't know if Nami's getting that one. I don't know. That's a tough one. How long will you be doing ForneverWorld? What do you mean? Like, how long am I going to be doing the stream? I don't see Nami being strong enough to be able to take on a member of the Blackbeard Pirates, but I might be totally off. What anime have you caught up on? Really just Bleach at the moment. Like I've been saying all stream, I'm just starting to get back into the swing of watching anime. And I caught up with the Bleach anime, and I started watching a little bit of the One Piece live action. And no, I haven't watched the One Piece anime since the reveal of Gear 5th. The channel, how long will I be doing the ForneverWorld channel? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm giving it everything I got to achieve my goals in other avenues, but who knows? We'll see. I don't know what life has in store for me anymore nowadays. Thank you, Legend Killer. Appreciate you for being a fan since 2010. That's a long time. That's 13 years. Luffy versus Kizaru. I feel like Luffy's going to get his shit kicked in. Zeus will probably have a Momonosuke-like growth moment. That would be fire. That would be fire. Okay, but let's read some One Piece. We got One Piece chapter 1091. This is from last week. There's no One Piece this week. And I didn't get a chance to. Like I said, I was out of town. So let's start reading. Admiral Kizaru is... Oh, shit. As a matter of fact, hey, it would help to link it. Let me link it right here on the YouTubes. And let me link it right here on Twitch. Y'all let me know. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. So we could start reading. I almost started reading without y'all. Nobody does. Everyone do what you love. Life's too short. I hear you. I'm driving right now, so I can't mod. Be careful and be safe out there, homie. Thank you for always making me feel like I matter. You are my all, my truly, and I always love you, brother. Thank you for everything. You're welcome, dog. I'm glad that you feel... I'm glad to just be able to be there for you. I appreciate you. No, I can't show it on screen because... whatchamacallit, copyright. But yeah, let's get to reading this One Piece. Admiral Kizaru is in the field. Get ready for enemy reaction. Don't let them shoot those lasers. Fire the cannons! Yeah, when we left off, I think Kizaru was about to start busting in where Luffy and them are at. The sea beast weapons are attacking. Open fire. Ah! Steam Knuckle. Not the ships. You're dealing with us. The Vice Admirals have made landfall. In the Labo phase. They're fighting at the coast. It's the Navy against the Robo Sea Beasts. Right now, with Sentomaru leading the Pacifistas, the island's defenses are utterly impenetrable. Pacifista authority, hierarchy, 5 elders. Okay, 5 elders over Vegapunk over Sentomaru over authority chip. Isn't that why he showed up to take out Sentomaru? Kizaru Stus was right. They sent an admiral here. Yeah, buddy. About to get This brings back some very unpleasant memories from the Sabaody archipelago. They're fighting right below us. Oh my god. That was an emotional moment in the series when when Kuma started blasting everyone away. I'm sorry, Sentomaru. This fight is too cruel to ask of you. I won't blame you for running away. Let's go. Hurry up and surrender. You know you want to, Sentomaru. Yasakani Sacred Jewel. Huff, huff. Sorry, old man, but I made a promise with Straw Hat Luffy. Since when did you side with pirates? I'll take the side of anyone who creates an escape route for the man who saved my life. Sentomaru going in, but I'm sorry, dog. I don't see it happening, man. It's Kizaru. I'm sorry. Oriya! Hey, they asked us to hunt these bears. Who is that? A child. I hate the villagers. They're so weak. I ain't going back there. You got kicked out, huh? I'm so tough I don't even get hungry, but I still want a job. I want money. Oh, is there something you want to buy with that money? Onigiri! You were so adorable back then. How would you like to be my bodyguard, boy? You're giving me a job? I'll take it. Hey, old man, how am I supposed to protect Punk? Tell me. Excuse me, you see this youthful skin? I taught you everything I could, young Sentomaru. This is an emotional one. Sumo strike, but my defense is just as tough as yours. Pacifistas. Now that your control tower is unconscious, there's a change of plans. Help the naval battleships sink the sea beast weapons. The Pacifistas have changed tactics. It's a shame, but if we can only keep one, it should be the Pacifistas. Give me a report of the damages from the last few minutes. Yes, sir. I like how they're continuing to keep the Gorosei relevant and prevalent in the manga. Like, it's no more that you just see them once in a while. Like, homie, what's his name, has been there for like how many chapters now he's involved in stuff. Once again proving we're heading towards endgame. Sentomaru's down. Hurry, take that shield system down. I know. We can't let Sentomaru's sacrifice go to waste. Forget it. I'm Vegapunk too. Kizaru is light itself. He'll pass right through the laser barrier. What? You mean he's coming in here? Yes, but he totally wiped the floor with us years back. Ah, the Straw Hat crew. We had some times together. I can't wait to... I always say that. I need to watch the anime because I love his voice actor's voice and performance. Hurry up. Once the barrier comes down, we're out of here. All good so far. Just got to take the ship around the back. Please do. What's this about, Lilith? An emergency alarm? Why? No one should be able to get in. Checklist to keep safe. The power plant, Punk Records, York, who is actually a friend, it turns out. Checklist to be eliminated. Dr. Vegapunk. Kizaru's inside the dome. I wonder how, like, Kizaru really is just okay with being like a hired muscle to do messed up shit like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of messed up. Kizaru's inside the dome. Ah, Luffy's group is out front. Run away, Luffy. Oh no, that can't be good. The barrier is not going down until the ship's been moved into place. Kukaru. Stussy. What? Stussy. I'll take this, Nami. Hey, what gives? A bubble gun? Looks like he left you behind. What? So you got back up and thought you could make your move, huh? Let's go! Between Kizaru and me, you're all dead. Then you don't know us very well. I ain't gonna lie, that is Rob Lucci and Kizaru. Although, didn't Luffy already kind of like I think Luffy could take on Rob Lucci, you know, solo, but now you're adding in Kizaru. No wonder I didn't see their ship on shore. It was up here. Hurry, hurry. He's an admiral. What do we do, Luffy? Huh? Luffy? Hello there. Long time no. Let's go! He just straight up went for the action. Very bad manners. Kizaru, compared to 2 years ago, we're 100 times stronger now. I love that. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, man. That's what I like to see, baby. Let's go. We out here. That was a really dope chapter. What would I give it? What would I give this chapter? Sentomaru versus Kizaru going down. Flashbacks of Sentomaru and Kizaru when they were younger and when Kizaru was training him. I'd probably say about a 7.5 to an 8. And that seems par for the course for One Piece, but the ending is really, oh my god, Oda knows how to do it. And since there's no chapter this week, he made sure to do it like that, where it's like, oh, cliffhanger and a half. Luffy just charges straight into Kizaru and says, yo, we're a lot stronger now. It was a good chapter. 8. What else? What are y'all giving it? I say 7.5 to an 8. No doubt, Hazem. Talk to you later, bro. What are y'all giving it? Let's see. That chapter came out like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Isn't that last week? One Piece been on break for 2 weeks? Because there's no chapter this week either. Funky Monk says 8.5. Small Bento Sakura says 8. Lucky Beetle says 9. I wouldn't say a 9. I think 9 is overdoing it. I think 9 is a bit much. By the way, if you're just joining the stream on YouTube, hit that like button. Would super appreciate it. Actual random said 5. Okay, 5 is way too low. I think 5 is way too low. But overall, it was a pretty freaking awesome chapter, and that ending is really what got me. Also, Zoro going at it with Lucci. Because you got Rob Lucci and Kizaru versus Luffy, Zoro, and it's about to get ugly. Luffy versus Kizaru thoughts. I've just said it's about to get ugly. No, honestly, I don't know. Even though Luffy's gotten stronger, Kizaru's ability, him turning into light and moving at the speed of light, I don't know how Luffy's going to be able to... I got to keep reminding myself, dog, Luffy's the man that beat Kaido. You know what I'm saying? Luffy's the man that would help, of course, beat Kaido and Big Mom. So sometimes I'd be like, because I'm still, maybe I'm just traumatized from what the Admirals did all those years ago. But I look back like, man, it's the Admirals. But at the same time, no, Luffy has leveled up. You know what I'm saying? His Gear 5th ability is something else too. He also has, hockey and whatnot. So it's not the same Luffy from all those years ago. So a part of me is like, yeah, Luffy is, or Kizaru's an admiral and all of that jazz, but Luffy has leveled up and he's beaten some very, very strong people. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm sleeping on our boy Luffy in terms of my mind immediately goes to now he's gonna get creamed or he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? But then, no, Luffy has come a long way. Now, if Rob Lucci wasn't there, I'd probably be even. I'd be more so supportive of nah, Luffy got this. But with Rob Lucci helping out with Kizaru, I'm even more a little bit damn, that's a lot of strength to be going up against. Kizaru alone is tough. But then you add Rob Lucci. We haven't seen Lizard push himself. Keep on chasing the dream. Follow whatever dream chase. No doubt, King Bud. 8 out of 10, perfect score. Do you think Kizaru could beat Kaido? That's a good question. I don't know. Again, I had this idea in my mind of the Admirals being so unstoppable, but in actuality, I think Kizaru, speed-wise, Kaido will have a hard time trying to figure that out. So there's that aspect. I think Kizaru would actually, if it was Kizaru versus Kaido because of the speed alone, I think Kizaru would have the upper hand. And he's an Admiral. If Luffy can beat Kizaru, then he's ready for Akainu. Facts. But yeah, that was One Piece chapter 1091. Really dope stuff. Let's move on over. Let's see what the poll says. What you guys want to read next. Jujutsu Kaisen. Boom. So we'll go with Jujutsu Kaisen next. We got 2 chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let me link you guys. I got 2 chapters. I haven't read last week's, and I need to read this week's. Shout out to Gege for standing strong, and you know what I'm saying? Like, while a lot of authors be taking breaks, which no shots at the other authors and whatnot, but Gege is still delivering. Let's go. Although I think next week it's on break, so let me shut up. Rob Lucci's not a scrub. So yeah, this is the chapter where we're going to start out at. Zoro finna do Lucci so filthy. Yeah, I think Zoro's gonna put Lucci in his place. But let's read this Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's switch gears now. This is chapter 234. Let's do it. I'm going to join the fight. No, come back. Don't interfere. If anyone's next, it isn't you. Well, excuse the hell out of me. Oh God, Gege's attacking with the dialogue. Chill, Okotsu. Kashimo is right. Gojo said he only wants help if he gets weaker than you or me. That depends on the circumstances. Sukuna's domain just got wrecked. Rika and I would be effective against 2 Shikigami. No, I'm the obvious choice. Yay, my girl Maki! Don't forget your role. If you die, we lose all our insurance. If we beat Sukuna now, the insurance won't be necessary, so we should take a chance. Okotsu-senpai, do it. You have to. Wait, you don't understand anything. Give me a break, guys. God damn. Listen, they each need something different for victory. Gojo needs to beat Sukuna because the rest of us can probably handle Kenjaku. Wow, that's a little bold. But even if Sukuna beats Gojo, he still has to immediately fight us. He must be holding back a killer move, and if we go out, he might unleash it. Yeah, you probably hurt more than help if you show up, because Sukuna's dirty like that, and Gojo will just now have to defend you guys. So, might not be the move. Let's see here. So we shouldn't ask for more trouble? That's right. That monster Urame is on standby too. Sukuna can afford to unload everything he has, but Gojo can fight unhindered. This carries the best chance of success. Unhindered? Are all this era sorcerers this clueless, huh? You're missing the point. This fight is for Satoru Gojo's sake. Whatever happens, it would be wrong to intervene. Okay, let's go. We back on the action. Let's go. I want more action. Let's go. Call me action head if you want. Mahoraga still going in. I like how Gege is doing like more cartoony look on some of these panels where like back of Gojo's head and whatnot because he's moving so quickly. That's Nue with some of Great Serpent Tiger Funeral and Round Deer mixed into it. The key is Round Deer's regeneration. It hasn't adapted to Limitless Curse technique, but the condition for me to win is to destroy them with one punch, just like Mahoraga. Yeah, buddy. Okay, Gege balancing it out. Started off dialogue heavy, but we back to just straight up action. Let's go. Gojo still holding his own. I'm still not a fan of people calling him Fraud Kuna. I still don't like it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't feel like he's a fraud, okay? Like, remember who he's fighting? Gojo. He's not fighting, you know what I'm saying? Stop calling him Fraud Kuna. You're repeating yourself. I can't let Sukuna heal. I need to prioritize destroying Agito. This is fine for now, as long as I don't let him use purple. When Purple really cuts loose, its output is over 120% with some kind of binding vow. However, I got away with just losing 2 reinforced hands when taking a direct hit at just under 4 kilometers. Neither of us is at full strength. If he lands a hit with Purple at the distance at even just 100%, it'd be fatal. Mahoraga, how long are you gonna make me wait? That's not what I want to see. Forget Megumi Fushiguro. You are my shadow now. Show me what you got. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, pretty lady. Oh, snap. Okay. By the way, we're reading Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 234, pages 12 to 13, and Gojo just got disarmed. Oh, oh God. Okay. Yeah, what the hell? Very good. Mahoraga with a slashing attack. He threw the slash, just like Sukuna. Uh-oh, Gojo's healing power is low. Yo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This whole time, you haven't been able to keep up like the others. At least Gojo still looks like he's having fun, despite the fact that he just lost a freaking arm. What the hell? Okay, art looking kind of cool on pages, what is this? 16 to 17. Maximum output. Blue. Ooh. He's sending homie away. Go. Be gone, dirty. No. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Final 2 pages of the chapter. 41 seconds from now. For the second time. Satoru Gojo's Hollow Purple. What it says? Hollow Purple what? I can't see the last part. Why is it not letting me see? Ah! I'm gonna get so annoyed. What does it say the last page? Okay. We'll cut through Shinjuku. God damn. This fight, when it gets animated, forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This fight, it's been going on for a minute. What chapter was this? What was the title? Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown Part 12. So they've been ideally fighting for around like 12 chapters now. This is going to be a long one. And I think having a lot of that commentary is going to help for the anime, because you can't just have like, you know, all of these chapters of just nonstop action, like especially for the anime. So having like Yuji and them speaking in between and explaining stuff is probably going to help to like destroy some of the monotony of like, okay, they're fighting in the anime as well. So that's pretty dope. But that was a solid chapter. Let's read the next one. 235. I'll link it again in case you guys don't have it. This is the latest chapter. Jujutsu Kaisen just came out today, right here. Let me link it to you guys. Hey, Elder Zay, thank you for coming through. We all right. We good. Appreciate you stopping by in your little 15 minutes. I respect it. We're reading Jujutsu Kaisen's latest chapter right now. We're about to read it. Okay, we're reading chapter 235, Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's go. A second Black Flash. Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown Part 13. God damn, another Black Flash. Let's go! And Satoru Gojo's voltage ramps up. Meanwhile, the King of Curses, Sukuna Ryomen, is uneasy for the first time in a millennium. Which, for people calling him Fraud Kuna, you gotta, at some given point, even if you think you're the top dog, there's always gonna be somebody else that's gonna come and, show you that they're great too. Like, it's not only, so for Gojo to, or for people to be calling him Fraud Kuna, remember, this is Gojo. The whole series has literally been showing you that Gojo is an anomaly, a freak of nature that you've never seen before. So, Sukuna, how can you call him a fraud? It's just that, we're in a different era, and this guy is a monster. This is the first time ever that he met his match. Let's keep going. Pages 4 to 5, they're throwing hands. It's dope that Gege is not cheaping out on this, because easily this could have been, if Gege wanted to, a 2 to 3 chapter type of deal. We're 13 chapters deep into this battle. Phase Paramita, Pillar of Light. The occurrence of cursed energy is when it wells forth from a sorcerer immediately before they activated a cursed technique. It directly precedes activation of a major technique like domain expansion or a can't miss attack. Despite efficiency with cursed energy, Gojo is no different, especially not when using hollow purple. Sukuna determined from the cursed chant and scale of cursed energy that the occurrence to follow would be cursed technique reversal red. Indeed, I'll defend with Mahoraga and adapt to make doubtly sure that determination wasn't wrong. Cursed technique reversal. I wonder when this fight is going to end, though. I ain't going to lie. It's been going for a minute. It's dope, but at some point, we got to get a winner. Gojo's going. Mahoraga! Hollow purple causes lapse and reversal to collide and thrust forward the resulting virtual mass. Gojo released red, but just past it was Azure, which had remained after crushing Agito. Like the red that swung around the government offices to approach Sukuna from behind, the red about to explode had no speed. Having adapted and gained the ability to eliminate it without fail, Mahoraga had orders to reach Azure first before blocking a collision with red, even as Mahoraga judged that its actions would be successful. Hold up, let me zoom back out. Whoops. Gojo used the attraction of Azure to move at high speed between Mahoraga and Azure. Without a chance to choose a target for their curse technique, Mahoraga had adapted to Azure, thus Azure's attraction didn't affect the Shikigami. In other words, adaptation had backfired. Immediately before the collision with Azure, Sukuna uses Pierce Blood to trigger red and cause it to explode. Too late. Phase. Twilight. Gojo chants the words for Azure within the condensed time. Eyes of Wisdom. Having regained output due to an area following the chant, Azure swallows Sukuna's piercing blood. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Get me with the explanations. Just show it to me, please. 9 ropes, polarized light, crow, and declaration between front and back. Kusakabe sensei, you were right. He couldn't have done this if I had been around to hold him back. Sometimes you gotta let the man do his thing. Hollow purple. Hey, let's go, let's go! Ooh. The art on pages 16 and 17 of the city with the light and stuff from the freaking purple. Let's go! Okay. Pages 18 and 19. Yo, is Sukuna done? If I don't direct, unrestricted purple hits me too, but I've suffered less damage. Maybe because it's my own cursed energy. I like these results. Ad-libbing purple at a distance also worked out. This is a first for me. Yo, even Gojo caught it. Okay. Gojo has regained output for a reverse curse technique thanks to Black Flash. A first attempt for a last-ditch effort. While Sukuna can't heal rapidly, lost Mahoraga and has sustained enough damage that he can't even fight empty-handed with amplification. So this means, yeah, Gojo won. Gojo won, let's go! Is it over? I feel like it's not over. I feel like there's still going to be more. For some reason, I don't believe that it's over. Thank you, Samuel Garcia. Appreciate you being a channel member. Thank you so much. No way. Just why does Gege have to explain everything like some insecure pointing a gun on his head? Just let it fly. Stop explaining everything in fiction. It's pointless. 1,000,000,000,000%. Like, the battle is great, but all of the explanation just constantly it's just making me feel like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, and shout outs to the people that enjoy it. If that's your bag, I'm not criticizing you. I am criticizing my experience. I'm criticizing based on my experience, and that does it be a lot. But I ain't gonna lie, dog. Did Gojo really win? I refuse to believe that Sukuna's done. I feel like he got one more trick up his sleeve. No way, no way. Kenjaku does it again. Remember, guys, this is Sukuna with 19 fingers. He is not 100%. This match is so close with 19. What if he had them all? He got that Tagashi syndrome. It affects the reader's enjoyment of the... 100%. Again, I neglected my brothers for too long. It affects the reader's enjoyment of... 100%. I really wish that... Gege's gotten better. I'm going to give Gege credit. They've gotten better with it. Like, this chapter, it's a mix of mad explanations and then like, oh, the fight. Let's go. So I'll give Gege credit on getting better on that. Be bad god old body. What are you saying, dog? What? Sukuna not finished. Nah, I don't buy it. I feel like, they've healed from a lot of shit and it's gonna take him a moment, but he's got one more trick up his sleeve. When you're gonna cover the Boruto chapter, I don't go anywhere else but here for my anime. There is no new Boruto chapter. We talked about the last one last month. Imagine if Gojo gave Sukuna the last finger. Huh. Kenjaku will show up. Because Kenjaku at the end of the day, he is main villain. Like, Sukuna is, like, I've always said, like a freaking deranged Charizard. Like, that doesn't listen and shit like that. But Kenjaku is the main villain of this whole thing. Remember, the original Jujutsu Kaisen 0... even though it was at that point it was still Geto, right? Was it Kenjaku yet, or was it Geto? Either way, he was always meant to be the big baddie in the end. Autocorrect is messing me up. It's all good. Sukuna has his old body. It's also, we got to keep in mind that, let's not forget that that's Megumi's body that he's been fighting with. Poor Megumi, dog. Which at the end of the day, we also got to keep in mind that they're not going to allow, I don't think, for Megumi to die. So that's also something we got to figure out. He can probably incarnate in 2 bodies at once. At one time. Okay, wow. Yeah. Interesting. His fight specifically is done, but come on, the surprise. Is Kenjaku stronger than Sukuna then? Absolutely not. But if he does some crazy shit, I don't know, absorb Sukuna or some wild stuff, we will have a problem. Overall, dope chapter. I don't think Gojo won yet. I think that's a red herring to mislead us. And both chapters combined, solid stuff. Again, it's just, there's not much on the progression aspect of, like, the battle still, in my opinion, isn't done. Like, he's still standing on his feet. Let's not forget that as well. And he can still heal. So I'd say... probably 7.5 on the last one, and the latest one probably a solid 8 as well. But I doubt Sukuna's done just yet. I think he's still got one more trick up his sleeve. No way. And I also think that the fraud Kuna stuff is a stretch. Because look, literally, if Gojo isn't healing all these times back to back, what do you think would happen? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Sukuna's been healing as well, but Sukuna, anybody else in the series, anybody else minus Gojo, Sukuna is clearing in a heartbeat. But yeah, okay, boom. We cleared Jujutsu Kaisen. We have 2 more manga to read, and the next one up with 8% is Chainsaw Man. Last week's the latest Chainsaw Man chapter. But shout outs to Jujutsu Kaisen. That was a fun read. I do agree with homie that was saying, and it's been my stance for a long time. Please just show me. You don't have to tell. Just show. Because sometimes the explanations, I be here like scratching my head like, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? Like, what do you mean? I mean? But we got Chainsaw Man. We're going to read chapter 141 because I do got to wrap this up soon. I got to get my kiddo to bed. Incarnate in his second body and jump Gojo. Oh, please. No. Don't jump Gojo. No. Sukuna will pull out his final weapon and show a bump squeak motherfucker what a Gumby can do. Next chapter is going to be incredible. I can't wait. Pumped for next episode of the anime as well. I hate the explanations. Facts. Kenjaku's still the main villain. No questions. But here, we're going to jump into Chainsaw Man because I do got to start getting this, wrapping this bad boy up. ForneverWorld's an action junkie. He doesn't care about Gege's exposition. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, I've gotten to a point where I say this often. I'm, strangely enough, not that into action or like that. but it's the way Gege is writing. It's just not appealing to me, of the massive explanations in between stuff with all of this detail about shit that sometimes I don't understand what they're talking about, like flat out. And if it is what it is, like I don't understand everything all the time when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen, and I shouldn't have to feel like I need a degree in Jujutsu Kaisen to understand everything. Like I'm supposed to just be enjoying, not feeling like I need to know all this stuff to understand and get a grasp of everything happening in the story. Again, shout outs to the people that they're heavily invested, that love this story, they understand everything clearly or whatnot. Shout outs to y'all. Me personally, I don't get it sometimes and it annoys me. But we're about to read Chainsaw Man. I linked it on both places. This is Chainsaw Man 141. Normal Life Plus. Okay, boom. Let's see here. Denji is food shopping with Nayuta. Okay, all right. And Devil just happened to walk in there. Okay. Hey, let's go. They're attacking. That's, I guess, the difference of Chainsaw Man 1 and 2, where there's a lot more of inclusion of random people that are taking acts on, the devils that are attacking and whatnot. Yeah, talk about show not tell. I'm on pages 4 to 5 now of Chainsaw Man 141, and literally there's like next to no dialogue. And I like that sometimes. I'm sorry. And again, it's not about being an action junkie. There's like one freaking panel of action in these 4 to 5 pages so far, and I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need action, but I also don't need over explanation. Like seeing Nayuta and Denji just in normal life, him washing the dog, brushing his teeth, is okay too, because it's setting things up. So it's not about the action, it's the way the storytelling is done. And I can tell that Denji is miserable. Like, on one hand, it's like, it's dope. He likes the life that he has with raising Nayuta and all of that jazz. But you could clearly see, like, right now, pages 6 to 7, even after all of that stuff, having a good day with Nayuta, he looks over and he sees the Chainsaw Man poster. It's kind of like, I'm going to give you a clear example. What Denji is going through right now is kind of like what I'm going through in a way, where normal life is normal life, your normal routine. You love the people you love all of that jazz. But when you look over and you see your dreams and the thing that you really want to be doing, and it's kind of like out of reach in a way, it's like a painful pain that you feel of like, man, like when when I'm just doing my regular stuff or whatnot, when I'm doing regular life, and I look at my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, and my dreams of, touring, and my dreams of all the things that I would love to do in music. There is man, I wish, it's like so close but so far away type of deal. And that's what Denji's feeling right now. So I get it. It's very relatable. Pages 8 to 9. Can't sleep. Hey, what's going to happen to me from here on out? After I graduate and get a job, will I be happier than I am now? Are you unhappy, Denji? I don't know, homie. You're not that happy, I'll tell you that much. Miro hopeless, little Denji. I'll stay with you for the rest of your life. Then you'll be happy too, right? 'Cause I'm just that cute. Poor Denji. Oh. Okay, let's see here. Pages 12 to 13. Tomorrow is the Chainsaw Man Church's day of worship. The followers won't hunt any devils that appear, but the civilian and public safety devil hunters will come crawling out like cockroaches if we keep killing them. Chainsaw Man's sense of justice will brim over, and he'll arrive to defeat the devils. I hope he comes. Hey, why go this far to draw Chainsaw Man out? Tell me too. Tomorrow we are weapons. Discard all other thoughts. I'm a human. Let me think for myself. He's right. We're humans. We're also weapons and devils too. Do you know what these 3 things have in common? They're all hard to spell? Wrong. Humans, weapons, and devils were all born to kill. And that humans are not born to kill. And that's why God will forgive us no matter how many people we kill tomorrow. Golly. Yo, poor Denji, dog. I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad. Oh my god. Along with the relatable aspect, like I definitely feel like very, very relatable with Denji, like I explained already. But it's just like, man, homie need to catch a break. He needs one. And then he got these weird dudes at the table talking about, yeah, I don't know. Shout outs to Denji. I hope he gets through it. Very, very quick read. Very quick read. That's the difference. Like, I guess I need a balance, right? Because it's also not like, I don't want not even 5 minutes. That was like 2 or 3 minutes. I don't want a 2 or 3 minute read neither, but it's like we need a sweet spot. And that's maybe something that like the older generation of manga, the Naruto's and Bleach and stuff like that, would be the sweet spot where it wasn't egregiously long and over detailed, but it also wasn't way too quick of like, come on, what is this? This was like a 2 minute read. So that's something that this new generation of manga is missing of pacing wise. We need a proper pace. Like One Piece, even when it feels like it's long with a lot of dialogue, it still flies by. You know what I mean? One Piece still goes by very nicely. Black Clover used to be quick read sometimes be a ridiculously quick. So let me not give. Like Black Clover had balance sometimes, then sometimes it would be like, what are you doing, dog? Like Tabata, what happened here? The old way, the old manga, again, the Naruto's and whatnot, they did it right. Even a Boruto chapter, even if there's not an action in a Boruto chapter, most of the time Boruto's pacing will be good. And I get it, monthly is different, but still, for a monthly, it would be good. But yeah, extremely short chapter, depressing as hell. Even though I enjoyed it for the most part, it wasn't much. It's literally like a very quick setup chapter. I'm gonna say maybe 6 out of 10. It was fine. It wasn't a bad chapter, but it was just fine for Chainsaw Man chapter 141. And we will close this thing off because I do got to get my little one to bed with reading chapter 399 of My Hero Academia. Let's do this. Let me link it. And before we get into that, whoa, real quick, before we get into that, if you guys have any ideas of stuff that you would like me to do a full live stream on, like I could do a straight up live stream on just talking about all of the big forms in anime and manga, like shonen anime manga, again, like what we was talking about briefly earlier with Ultra Instinct, Baryon Mode, Naruto, Gear 5th. Like I would love to do a straight up live stream of just talking about that. Let me know if you want to see some of those. Like we could continue doing just the Sunday live stream or whatnot. That's fine, but occasionally I wouldn't mind throughout the week for like maybe just quick hour or something like that, talking about like a straight up one topic, something along the lines of that, or like if I didn't do this live stream talking about it all, I could have like a straight up a Bleach live stream or One Piece live action live stream. I want to do more things like that in between the week, so it's not just one upload or one live stream. Maybe get a couple of things in there as well, because again, I love anime and manga. And sometimes I gotta remind myself that, like, I love and I have my dreams of music, and I love music more than you guys would ever understand. But I do love anime and manga too. So if you guys have any ideas of stuff you want to see me talk about for a live stream throughout the week, let me know, and I'll definitely look into it. But yeah, with that being said, did I link the My Hero chapter? Yeah. Okay. Boom. My Hero Academia chapter 399. These should boost my speed and mobility for tighter turns. He must be getting bored of the one-sided struggle. And this is, Tentacle Plus Froppy Suction Pads. Chapter 399, Organic Mingling Clusters of Light. Shoto, Tailman, and then I'll set the trap. Assuming repeated massive damage to that body shortens his lifespan, I know just the quirk to get the job done all at once. The problem is the power source. Playing this by the book won't be all too effective. Lend me a hand, Anima. Cackling like a mad fool 1 minute and scampering and hiding the next. Here he comes. Your goal here is no mystery to me, and I don't need to waste excess strength to twist that garish grin into an agonized grimace. Hey, the grimace shake is here now. Power save mode is plenty enough for killing you. Rise. At least this is a full-length chapter. It looks like it's 18 pages. Good on Horikoshi. Let's see here. Liar. No, I really am conserving my power. I wonder what All For One's mind is. Like, does he have the same exact mind that he has as an adult, or as he's regressing in age, is his mentality like changing? Like, is he wanna, I don't know, play like games or something. Like, I'm curious when they adapt this in the anime how he's going to act, because he's still acting like his regular self. He's not acting, more juvenile. Now, where'd that lovely smile go? You're nothing but a bag of bones missing half his guts. Oh, God. An old fool providing hospice care for himself with shoddy simulacrums of the children's powers. God damn. Smile, you're still on camera. The whole world's watching, remember? They'll see the symbol of peace falling to his doom as the symbol of impotence. Yo, relax how you talking to All Might, bro. What you doing here? What you doing here, dog? Their guiding light about to be snuffed out. You still don't get it. Good, buddy. Lights tend to flicker on and off, so while my light might be snuffed out, someone's sure to pick up my torch and shine on. And when that radiance meets the darkness, there is no need for light. Oh, and when that radiance meets the darkness, pause, there is no need for light. About 300 meters northeast of Ground Zero for the Divide and Conquer operation, 32 heroes were tasked with mopping up the villains who weren't warped away. All but one of those heroes were wiped out. Yuga Aoyama. For you see, my seedlings require only flesh to thrive. Are we cutting away from the All Might battle? Oh, please don't tell me Horikoshi's playing around going to fodder right now. Like, Aoyama's important, but come on. The roots dig down all slow like, so my fat absorption can't do a thing. Show 'em what you're made of, Aoyama. I do believe this is the largest flower on record. After just one bloom, the spreading pollen allowed them to propagate like a daisy chain, if you get what I mean. They are veritable extensions of myself via their roots. You've got no hope of escape, traitor. Without your belt, your power freely leaks out, leaving you unable to aim, and your desperate straining only feeds the plants. Imagine that. Hoping to fit in, you became his pawn and accepted a power that was ill-suited for your physiology. To put it blunt, you've led a pathetic, shameful life. Oh, Yuga, how wonderful. Damn, he's bodying him with words. Hence why I said mercy. Reminding myself of how shamefully I've lived is what spurred me on to follow in the wake of the light they bring. It's given me the desire to shine from down within my core. Yo, I'm seeing that panel of Deku. When's the last time we've had a prominent Deku chapter, dog? I'll say that. Horikoshi dropped the ball immensely with his MC with My Hero Academia. Like, immensely, dog. When's the last time we had some big Deku hype stuff, God damn, Horikoshi. Chasing after that which is beyond your sight has led you to an equally shameful death. Let there be light in the darkness. God said, let there be light. Let there be light. Ooh, let there be light. Let there be light. So that I might twinkle as well. Pages 14 and 15 of My Hero Academia 399. Yo, we're one chapter away from 400 chapters of My Hero. You never would have thought My Hero would take it this far. You took you long enough, Hero. Warp refraction. Naval laser. I ain't gonna lie. Wait. Okay, hold on. I was about to talk shit. Hold on. So no, I'm not here to lose at all for one. Know this name as you burn away. Can't stop twinkling. I ain't gonna lie, I was for a minute about to talk crap like, yo, we're seriously done with watching the All for One fight to watch some Aoyama shit, but okay, Horikoshi, in the last second you shut me up on that one. Decent chapter. I'm glad it was a full-length chapter. This will be seasons without Deku. Plural. Yeah. It was okay chapter. Honestly, I don't know, for a hot minute. Like, yo, it started off great where we got back into All Might versus All for One, and Horikoshi just went right back into this dragged out pace of what I'm going to continue to say. He was about to end the manga a year ago, and they said, yo, dog, we got a contract right here. We got some M's, homie. You want some M's? We got some M's. You like M's, right? And he was like, who's ending My Hero Academia? Who even said that? What? Yes, I do want some M's, because the pacing is atrocious. I think that's one of the biggest things that people aren't getting of what's wrong with My Hero Academia. The pacing. The pacing is one of the big issues of My Hero Academia. If the pacing wasn't this bad, where things feel so slow and it feels like nothing is happening, a lot more people would be digging it. The pacing is a problem. My Hero Academia has more chapters than Hunter x Hunter. Damn. And with that being said, I gave Chainsaw Man a 6. I'll say this is better than the Chainsaw Man chapter. So I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 to a 7-ish. We'll go with 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll say it's a good chapter, but even that, I feel like that's high. 7. I'm a 6.5. Yeah, that's too high. I'm sorry. It was a fine-ish chapter. Yeah. And yeah, people, that was for the most part the stream. I ain't gonna lie. I think we did a nice comeback stream. We talked some One Piece live action. We talked some Bleach. And thank you so much for everybody that showed up. I'm gonna play one record to lead us up out of here. What record should I play? Let's see here. What record? Let's play what do I want to play? Sorry. Any recommendations of a record I should play? Let me see. Anybody got any suggestions? Matter of fact, you know what? Let's play Love Movie. Let's go with Love Movie. End it off with Love Movie. We got this. Again, thank you so much. We're about to play one record and head off.
Ready on the set. Cameras in place. Hey, you. Move that out the scene. Okay. Here we go. Lights, camera, and
action. Maybe you can see when I'm moving. Never can I lie to the beauty. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. Up until I look into your eyes, girl. All I feel is bliss from your smile, girl. All I feel is bliss from your life, girl. All I wanna see is in your eyes, girl. No matter how you do it. Got me feeling smart even when clueless. Got me feeling wise, never stupid. This is real love, no Cupid. No, you see me, babe. What you feed me, babe? Even when I'm not around, you keep it easy, babe. And that's not easy, babe. I'ma need it, babe. And I only need you, me, we. Switch it like Nintendo, together to the end, though. Sharing all our secrets, not even my friends know. Asking you for help, but you already been know. Maybe this was fate, but you already been know. Maybe you can see when I'm moving. Never can I lie to the beauty. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. True love, real love, steady noticing how you look at me whenever you think I don't notice it. But I do, tell the truth, everything between us simply me and you. We passed the game, past the pet names. When I look into your eyes, it's a whole other vibe. Make me see the sunrise, ain't that ready?
Shout out to everybody, I hope everybody had a good time.
And I feel your shit, gotta have faith. So I took the risk when I asked you out. Could've left me assed out, but you didn't though. And that was when I knew, and now I really know. This girl's really up, so I gotta take it up just a notch. You don't ask for a lot, you don't ask for the world. You just asking for my time, and I'ma give it to you, girl. How we living in this world, just me and you. Let's appreciate the view. Maybe you can see when I'm moving. Never can I lie to the beauty. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe our love is a movie. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie. Maybe you can see right in the right. Never can I lie to the beauty. Never can I hide what I'm doing. Maybe our love is a movie.
Thank you so much to everybody that stopped by. Thank you so much to the people that subscribed over on Twitch. Thank you so much for the people that showed up on YouTube. In general, all the good vibes, good times. I've been Tim, And this has been another stream. And make sure, again, check out my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, out now on all streaming platforms. I got a new artist name. I dropped the Roosevelt. It's just T.I.M. Look me up. And we're going to keep on striving and heading towards our goals. We ain't going to let nothing stop us. No adversity, no trials, no tests, no nothing. We're going to keep on going. Yeah, God bless everybody. Thank you so much. See